the seers and protect the realm.
As all four of you speak your oaths, you all rise and face the kingdom before you, and then return to the crowd. After that, a man of the cloth, bearing the symbol of a six-starred constellation, announces before the realm, "All hail and rejoice, Her Grace, the Fox of House Redhide, monarch of Elshar, first of her name, the prophecy fulfilled. Quen Marigold. Long may she reign. Long may she reign. Long may she reign." Everyone else,
Long may she
"Long may
reign!
she reign. Long may she reign."
Long
Everyone
may she
keeps
reign!
chanting and chanting. The crowd erupts in repetition as we zoom closer. As
Sorry,
we,
was that Red Hide, no?
yeah,
Red hide.
the Fox of
Okay,
House
okay.
Redhide. Redhide. The crowd chants over and over again as we zoom closer to her face. Her eyes
A lovely face.
reflecting the sun, basking in the adoration of her people. She scans the crowd. She scans the joyful faces until it fixates on the Farbosan Jarl's decapitated head. Her eyes slowly slide to a grey stillness. The voices drown out as the corpse's dull, lifeless eyes meet hers. She feels the weight of the crown constricting her temples. As we see, imagine a wide shot of the crowd. She's standing above the sea of people. His head is leveled, evenly aligned with hers. The head smiles. Black liquid oozes out of his teeth. Long may she reign. And then that's where we cut to black. And I'm gonna show you something. This is where we see like the title screen. And that's what you see.
Ooh.
Mythic Bastion Land, Reign of the Fox Queen. And that's where we'll begin our chronicle. All right.
All right.
Let's move to a different scene. We fade and someone left. Who left?
He has indeed moved to a different scene.
I think he's fixing his mic.
Oh, he's fixing his audio. Okay, got it. Hello?
So the ruler is Queen Quen.
Yeah.
What's the last name?
Quen Marigold.
Quen Marigold
Yeah.
of House Foxhide.
Redhide.
Or
Yeah.
Red Hide.
Her title is the Fox. Oops.
The Fox.
Okay, are you good now, Dev? Dev, is Dev good? Can you hear? I just want to know if you can hear.
So is she like really the name of Fox Queen stuck to her simply because her family's crest is a fox?
It's a
Or are
bit
there
of
other actions?
it's a bit of both. Her fox. Thanks, Dev. The house. The house sigil is a fox. She's also titled the Fox Knight, so she
Ooh.
already had that title before. And there was also a prophecy about a fox, which got her the crown. All right, let's continue to a new scene.
All right.
We fade in. The throne room hums with whispers and murmurs. Servants unfurl banners of sunset red. It's been weeks since the coronation. The lords of the land return to their holdings to restore peace within their domains. Talgarth awakens, the beating heart of the new kingdom. and within its ventricles, the royal court. Retainers, courtiers, knights congregate within its stone halls. A member from each ruling house have just arrived to serve on the Quen's council. You see warm yellow sun reflecting on the throne floor, washing over the walls, pillars, and the underside of your chins, while honeyed fragrances of lilies and rose soothe your senses behind cool airs. You are all waiting for the Quen to arrive. What are your knights doing at this moment?
My character is there food in there?
Yeah, there's food. There's probably.
So I'm. What time is it? It's morning.
It's morning.
Right? Morning. I'm having my breakfast.
Okay.
With a piece of bread on one hand and a mug of ale in another.
Okay. Just having some food. What about the rest? Also, I almost forgot to mention before we continue. Here's our squire. Your squire is an adept singer, sweet as a nightingale, and he has a. They have a pony. You can name your squire later if you want. But yeah, continue. Sorry.
Okay, Jorge is probably trying to catch Bertie, his weasel, because he stole some bread.
Okay.
Bertie stole some bread. He's
As
trying to catch him.
Sir Ellery is taking some bread, like a weasel scurries through the table, and you're trying to catch him. Some servants are also trying to help you. Oh, please, don't ruin the royal feast. Please don't. Please catch
Hey,
the
get
creature.
back here with my
Bad.
bread.
Please catch the
You
creature.
little weasel, get back here with my bread.
What is this beast doing in this hall? This is a royal court.
His name is Bertie.
You see that you're a knight. Oh, my apologies, sir knight. Get scared real quickly. Who's next? What's anyone else doing?
Anyone want to spar?
Spar in the royal court?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Is Sir William also sparring, or are you sparring with some other person?
I would like to not fight in my cousin's courtroom, so
Beat up the squire. Beat up the
Okay.
squire.
Are you
Beat
sparring with
up
the
the
squire?
Boy, you need to put on some weight. Hold my spear. I'll go easy on you.
Oh.
And I toss him like,
Uh,
yeah, no, go ahead.
yeah, so he's just like, are you sure? Right here, right now?
You want to pick up our mantle one day? You have to earn it.
Okay. Everyone else kind of looks and eyes towards this scene, and you begin your sparring. How does it go out? How does this play out?
So I want him to try to strike me with my spear. And my goal is to like grab it from him and just kind of kick him to the floor, kick him to the curb.
Oh, he gets maybe a lucky blow towards you. And how about you try make a vigor roll, see if you can catch it.
I'm starting the
already
day
rolling.
and we're.
Yeah.
Hey, hold
no.
on. I need to open everything again.
Oh,
So
sure.
give me a sec. Because I'm trying to fix my mic.
No problem.
Albert. Okay.
As we hear like this scuffle of, I'm assuming these are blunted weapons or bladed weapons.
Blunted.
Blunted weapons are a couple whacks and hits echo in the court chambers. Some of the
And then,
people
what's-
look at you, yeah?
What's the dice? D20.
D20 and roll equal to or lower than your vigor, which you're pretty good at it.
12.
Oh, all right. You successfully catch the weapon, and what happens next?
If he tries to like, I guess use the other side of the trident, and he tries to like hit me with the butt of it. I grab it like it's nothing, and then I just kind of shake him on my as he's holding it. I lift him up, and then I hit him. I throw him down. That's
Oh. You lift him up and you throw him down with a big thud. Some dust flies in the air. Some of the people in court who are or were warriors sees you. They're all loving this. This is a good show, fantastic technique, Sir Knight. While some of the more regal diplomatic courtiers are looking at you like, this is unbecoming of a court. Please handle yourself, Sir Knight.
I'll give him like the dirtiest look. Unbecoming. We fought your wars, but for your pageantry, I will. Then I mockingly curtsy, while holding my trident. That's holding the squire.
Oh, okay, you're holding the trident, and the squire just holding on.
Yes.
All right, and the noble apologized. I meant no offense, Sir Knight. It's just that this is a place of courtly duties, not Brutus roughhousing. If you were to roughhouse, perhaps some other time.
This is how I protect the realm.
And we thank you for your protection, Sir Knight. As this scene is resolved.
Am I still chasing the
At this point, okay.
Oh, he came back and gave me the bread.
Oh, it got you the bread.
Works.
So
Yes,
the
okay, cool.
weasel has returned with some bread, and finally we have our last knight, Sir William.
You see Sir William, he's just eating, he's looking at the rest of the court, and he just mutters under his breath, God, this is no better than Forbosa.
You mutter under your breath, this is no better than Forbosa. However, you do remember that it's a little better now that people in the realm who represent the realm is actually in court and not exclusive to Forbosan nobles.
That is fair.
So
This
you
is slightly better than Forbosa,
Yeah.
he corrects himself.
yeah. may not be better, but at least it's us. As
I
And you
would
just see him
rather.
bite into his meat, into the meal he's eating.
you take a big bite. But other than that, court goes uneventfully. Some murmurs and conversations from background nobles. You were saying something, Adrian? Sorry, I cut you off.
Sorry, yeah. No matter. Continue.
Okay. All right, and then suddenly we hear horns roar. The court goes silent. All eyes. Well, not that kind of horn. All eyes direct toward the herald as he speaks. Here arrives Her Grace Quen Marigold, first of her name, the Fox of House Redhide, Lady of Talgarth, Monarch of Elshar, the prophecy fulfilled. And the court bows as the Quen enters, covered by a sunset cloak of foxhide. And I'm assuming you're bowing, unless you want to make it known that you're not bowing. This continues. Her red crown glistens in sunlight as she passes through the lit area of court. She raises her hand before sitting on her oakwood throne. A series of ceremonial rituals follow, and the Quen rises to address her court. My lords, my ladies, my friends, the six sisters bless me to behold the sight of this court. Once hold only by the jarls and elders of our occupiers, now held by the true people of the realm. To see faces from each holding today, truly, I am honored by your presence. Some nobles cheer, "Hear, hear!" Some soldiers yell, "Rah! Long may the queen, long may she reign!"
Long may she reign.
Yeah,
Long
yeah.
may she reign.
And then the Quen raises her hand once more. And the court goes silent. Now, let us begin a new day for our royal court. For our first matter, we will be holding a grand tournament paid for
Yes!
from our coffers. And some people cheer, you cheer as well. And the queen lets it simmer and then holds her hand again, signifying silence. It will be paid for from our coffers. It shall be held in 1 season's time, after the more immediate matters of the realm has been addressed. It will be a time of joy and merriment, as well as an opportunity for our knights to earn glory, to celebrate the end of the war, and to honor the birth of our young kingdom. However, I come before you, friends, seeking counsel. I decide the tournament shall not be held in Talgarth. And then suddenly the court murmurs and people whisper. It's unheard of. Before the queen continues, she speaks again. It would be a shame to waste such a grand celebration to honor the crown further when we can just as easily use it to honor one of the kingdom's holdings and further our realm's unity. But before I can decide, I wish to hear what our court has to say on the matter. Please speak freely. And then the court continues their murmurings and whisperings. Everyone's like talking about the court's not going to be at Talgarth. But Talgarth is the spiritual center of the realm. And everyone is having their own conversations. What does your company of knights think about this?
I believe that the court should be held here in Targarth. If you want to promote unity, then why incite chaos by choosing another holding?
Are you speaking this out loud or to your other knights?
I'm speaking this to. I had to check my stuff. You know what? I would like to speak this out loud.
Does it matter? As long as there's a place to fight.
You speak that out loud, and some other
Right.
nobles kind of interject at you directly and saying, "But this is an excellent opportunity to further our relations. We were once divided, and though Talgarth is the center of the realm, having it somewhere else to see that holding for other holdings to see another holding, truly it would provide, if not a diplomatic enrichment, but also a social enrichment." And this conversation goes on. It seemed that there's 3 courtiers who wants to speak to represent a side. I'll tell you which sides there are. So there's 3 courtiers. One represents the holding of Grofton Marsh. One represents the holding of Fandle Rock, and the last represents the holding of Wellery. You players decide who speaks first, pero before that you can continue to discuss what your opinions are.
What are my opinions?
Yeah. Before
Cora just says that as long as there's a tournament to be held, I really don't care where it's at.
The symbolism
that,
of where this
Sergio is-
tournament is. Sorry. Who's speaking?
Just agreeing, don't worry.
I know not the intricacies of realm diplomacy. All I know is there's to be a tournament. Who cares who's where it's held?
And
As long as there's food for the peasants and fighting for the knights, good for me. Does it matter if it goes to the Mudfoots or those or those Welleries or those barbarians?
And as you're all voicing out your opinions, the general opinion it seems of the company is it doesn't matter. Other people in court look at you in the kind of how simple these lowborns don't know the gravity of this discussion. Yeah, of
God, I'm
course
getting
it
dragged down
matters.
with them.
Of course it matters.
That's
Not
great,
that
we
you
don't
would
know.
not that you would understand. And if you're finished voicing out your opinions, who do you want to speak first?
Are you
Grafton
going
Marsh,
against
Wellery, or Final Rock?
Everyone's a lowborn except for Nicholas' character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
we're
My
We're
reputation
peasants.
is getting dragged through the mud here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who do you want to speak first? This is like a meta question, not a knight question. So players decide.
let's see.
Who do you want to hear?
What are the
I,
three choices again? Sorry.
So the three holdings are Grafton Marsh, Fandle Rock, and Wellery. I'm gonna
Fandle
reveal the map.
Rock!
I'm hey, represent.
I
I'm gonna
want
reveal the map so you know where the holdings are. There's the map.
Do we have any? Ooh, there.
I want to save the best for last, so let's go with Fandle Rock.
Those filthy barbarian.
All right, Fandle Rock speaks up first.
Yeah.
So, an old but fit noble steps up. He has dark skin, a cloak of thick furs. This man is the Marshal of Talgarth, so one of the people in the council. The Marshal of Talgarth, Lord Otto. And he speaks in this kind of boisterous voice. And he has a smile on his face, a grin. And he says that this is a wonderful opportunity to hold the tournament in Fandle Rock to honor the sacred ground where the embers of rebellion first sparked. After all, it was in Fandle Rock where you, pointing at the Quen, and my daughter first rallied the Fandles and their spirits to rebel, to be free. It was there where our fight began. So it will be proper to hold the tournament there. Supporting him is another courtier, the same man of the cloth who crowned the Quen, an old cleric with wizened eyes. He wears a charcoal-colored robe with white dots. His name is Kaelor Gallon, Kaelor being his title. Kaelor Gallon speaks
It's the spelling of Kaelor.
C-A-E-L-O-R. Kaelor Gallon. 2 L's. And he speaks, this
Okay.
is a... I agree with Lord Otto. This is a pleasant opportunity to enrich the faith of the people of Fandle Rock. And it is a sacred ground. It would be wise for us to hold our tournament there. And he also brings up like an issue with Fandle Rock itself, that the Fandles do worship the Six Sisters. However, they bring too much focus on the Sister of Life. It would be wise to bring our clerical influence through this tournament. And some religious people agree and cheer. Others who just want Fandle Rock to be the tournament place also agree. People, there's also people who don't agree and are also offended. Well, not really offended. I have concerns. One courtier stands up and brings up that Fandle Rock is an important location, yes, but I'm afraid the dangerous wildlife run too free in the region. It would not be safe for us, especially with how relaxed the holding is with its beasts. And when he said beast, you can see some of the Fandles kind of like twitch their eye. Like, what do you mean, beasts? You're talking about our creatures, our people. Another issue has been brought up, this time by the Groffs, people from Grafton Marsh. erupt their concerns. It wouldn't be right to hold our tournament in Fandle Rock. Guests with children may not feel safe. And that sentence brings an implication that brings like chaos in the court. One Fandle speaks up that, what is the meaning of that? Well, I'm just saying that it might not be safe to bring children. I know exactly what you're saying. You're saying that we will sacrifice children, aren't you? No, I'm not saying that. No. This rumor has been a bane of our people. And then one yells out, "It's not rumor, it's true!" And some chaos erupts. The Quen raises her hand. Everyone goes silent. And the Quen speaks up. "Thank you, Lord Otto. Who else would like to speak? Who do you want to decide?"
I want the Mudfoots to speak.
The Grofton Marsh.
Nah, the Grofts. Grofton Marsh. Alright, so the next courtier walks in. She has fair skin. She wears a sleeveless dress. Her posture is reserved. This is Lady Telkind. She's the envoy of Talgarth. And she speaks softly, but with a more kind of direct tone. She speaks. Grofton Marsh may be an appropriate location for a tournament, and you can see that there's some kind of mourning in her eyes, some sorrow, as she continues. It would be right, in honor of the fallen hero, my father, Baron Yorick. His sacrifice is what led us to victory in our siege against Talgarth. And truly the people and our soldiers would honor his name greatly. And another noble supports this idea. A knight wearing ocean-tinted armor. One fact about this knight that's interesting. She is culturally Forbosan. Her name is Sir Helena. She is the Marshal of Talgarth. She supports this, and she speaks, "This is right. Baron Yorick is a true hero, a true soldier. I fought with him in the front lines. It would be correct to hold our tournament in Grofton Marsh." A noble voices out a concern. "True, but the mud terrain would be difficult for games, and traveling there requires climbing up the peaks, which not a lot of people are accustomed to." This discussion continues. Yes, the mud will influence how smooth the tournament will pan out. And then one person, it seems that the Fandle, still kind of angry by the Grofts from earlier, erupts and voices their opinion. It's not right to hold it in Grofton Marsh. It's not right to hold such a sacred event in cursed land. And of course, Grofts are really miffed about this. That it's not true. Grofton Marsh is a fine land. No, it is not. It is cursed. It used to be rolling plains. Now it is a swamp, but a marsh. It is because you have blasphemed the sisters. And this, once again, argument erupts. Mostly that Grofton Marsh's region is cursed, and it's a bad omen to hold the tournament there, until finally the Quen silences the court and asks for another opinion. Finally, the last noble, a young man. His appearance is squirrelish. He resembles the Quen. He also has yellow hair. He has noble clothes. Not really a knight, more nobility. His name is Lord Timothy. He is the steward of Talgarth, second born of the Quen. And he speaks with hesitation, as he knows what he's about to say may spark debate once again. But he gathers his strength and he speaks. Speaking pragmatically, it may be wise to treat this tournament as an opportunity to honor. He looks left and right at the court before speaking. To honor House Genric, so people will see that they're part of our realm and still part of the people, and our reps people are shouting, "We will not honor our enemies. We will not honor Farbosans." But there's another side is saying he helped us. He helped us fight our occupiers. Shouldn't he be part of our realm? He is part of our realm, but we will not honor him. This is chaos erupts, and Sir Helena, who supported Lady Telkind, is offended by this. She is part of Jarl Rundal's house. More than that, she is the daughter of the Jarl. So she draws her sword, and before everything erupts, the Quen stands up. All right. I will not have blood in my royal court. And silence is deafening. And it's now your opportunity, knights, to voice out your opinion. And in a meta way, whatever you choose is what the Quen chooses, because you're players.
I'm gonna say something stupid and say, why can't we have the tournament in all three places? A different game for a different city, right?
It's gonna take a long while.
Lord Timothy speaks up. I'm afraid our coffers may be vast, but we would be facing debt if we were to hold the tournament in all three holdings. So it seems that it's out of the question to hold it in one or more holdings.
If I may. Everyone seemed to have an issue with the safety in Fandle Rock. Everyone seemed to have issue with the terrain of Grofton Marsh. But no such discussion was made for Welry. Does that not mean it's the best place to go, other than Talgar?
Ooh.
You can see Sir Helena is kind of relieved to hear reason in support of her house. And she nods her head that the terrain of Welry is full of trees and plains, and not as many dangerous wildlife. There's some hesitation with some of the nobles, seeing that it's kind of the safest, but they're still hesitant because one voices out his concerns and says that the tournament will be stained by the honor of a Farbosan. Obviously, it offends Sir Helena, pero she kind of keeps her cool as the court has already settled down. What else? Are you settling with that, or do you have any more opinions?
Can we not hold it outside of any city?
It will be held outside of a city. It's just that the assumption
The
it's
territory.
in the territory. Yes.
Mm. Can we not hold it in the borders, or I know that it's different.
There is logistical concerns as with no town, there's no where to get food and lodgings.
Uh, I do wonder if we can hold it purple.
Yeah, Sir Hort actually agrees with Sir William that if it's just the terrain or the safety, then Wellery sounds like a good choice for it, and he doesn't see any problem with um doing it there because politics isn't really his thing,
Hmm.
so he doesn't care.
Well, at the end of the day, I agree. A tournament is a tournament. Let the queen decide. It's her tournament.
Yeah.
It's not.
The Sir Peer have any opinions to voice?
Rapier just wants to fight, so whatever works for the realm.
Okay. It seems that the discussion that there is no logistical downsides of holding the tournament in Wellery. The Queen stands up and announces, "It has been decided. Uh, the royal tournament shall be held in Wellery in 1 season's time." And he points towards the messengers. "Send word to our to the holdings. We will have our tournament in honor of our young kingdom." And there is an air of tension. People looking at each other, and then looking at Sir Helena. And Sir Helena looking back. Seems that there's also other people from Sir Helena's house present as retainers, and they're looking with tension as well. It seems that the news is greeted with a sort of hesitant acceptance. Okay, the tournament will be held in Wellery. Very well. And the court continues. After that, it continues uneventfully. You're just there, holding the court, waiting for anything. And then there's throughout the day, or at around close to noon, a petitioner arrives. The petitioner is escorted by one of Talgarth's guards, and he announces, "Your Grace, traders from Grofton Marsh, they have come to bring you news." And let them speak. Very well. Two traders stand forward. They're both Groft women. They are
Women.
yeah.
They're gruff too.
They are traders who just arrived in Talgarth. One of them their names are Bywin and Hesinda. Hesinda seems like she has a mark on her eyes, like a dark mark that creates a band on her eyes, and she's smiling and looking around. It seems like she's just happy to be there. Meanwhile, Bywin speaks, also happy, but directs her speech towards the Quen. She's in a good mood, and she announces, "Your Grace, a miracle we have witnessed. My wife Hesinda was blind, but now she sees." And Hesinda, yes. Hesinda speaks up that, "Yes, Your Grace, I've been blind for since I was a child, but now it is good to finally see faces. See the face of my love, face of the colors, the wind, the sky, the grass." And everyone is kind of like, "Oh, amazed. Is it true? Has this blind woman actually recovered her sight?" The Quen is intrigued and asks, How did this happen?" Bywin replies, "Well, we were traveling to Talgarth uh, we've been traveling for 2 days when we decided to rest for the day. That was when we came upon uh, some singing and dancing drunkards. It seems like they were drinking and having merriment surrounding a fire. They sing about they sing about the promised child, how the first signs have arrived, and that it is only a matter of time till the promised child has arrived for the good of the land. And there's an aura of recognition from the court. The promised child, a folklore from days gone. And a lot of people are skeptical. Byron says that at first we thought it was amusing, a far-fetched tale that these drunkards were singing. Then we made camp. The drunkards had left, and rain came. Jacinda got wet. The next morning, she was yelling at me, overjoyed that she can see me. She can see. My wife can finally see. And they just erupt in and rejoice. And the happiness that they say, spreading this good news that perhaps the promised child truly has returned. And the Quen thanks her and concludes by giving them hospitality within their lands, and thanks for the good news. When they leave, the court is in discussion. People are still skeptical whether or not this tale is true, but some people are convinced that the promised child has returned. If the prophecy of the fox has fulfilled, then would it not be safe to assume that the prophecy of the promised child will come before us? Another replies, that is what I'm afraid of. If the promised child has returned, then you've heard of stories of the promised child, have you not? Yes, the promised child will guide the realm to the city, to the city quest that which all knights must make, to the prosperity of our kingdom. It is only good that the promised child will arrive. No. The stories I've heard, the promised child will bring the realm to ruin. It may have sounded like a sweet nectar to our ears when the Forbosans were ruling over our realm, as we thought it would bring Forbosans to ruin. But now that we're the kingdom, no, it is only a good thing. It will bring us to the city, not to free us. This is only a tall tale, nothing but far-fetched songs from peasant drunkards.
I stand offended. I am a peasant.
And he says, "Oh, not referring to you, Sir Knight. About those people who were singing. Only a folk tale." And you can see that Quen is kind of like thinking, letting the court speak for a few. Does your knight have any feelings about this?
Well, I remember my father telling this story while we were fishing, and he seemed to be hopeful of this promised child. And considering that this promised child is brought in this miracle, I suppose, like, what's there to be afraid of? And if this
Anyway, I
is
believe we must find the promised child.
Some courtiers agree and say that yes, we must find the promised child. A lot of them argue that we must find them for the prosperity of the kingdom, or we must find them and kill them, for it will only bring chaos.
I stand there aghast to those who are planning to kill a baby. Weren't those things what Verbosen did to us? Kill our people. Are we then to do it to ourselves?
But perhaps the the fate of our kingdom depends on this child. Are we willing to risk this prophecy for our? Uh, is it not worth it to sacrifice this child for the safety of our realm? Of course, people are offended by that. No one is stoked to kill a child.
For a prophecy which has more than two sides to it?
I believe we should find out what's truth and what's lies. Then we decide what to do with the child.
The Quen stands up and makes a decision. Very well. Regardless of the fate of this child, whether friend or foe, we must find them. And she looks at you in your company and tasks you to search for this child. And I will leave it to you to decide the fate of this rumor, if this rumor even exists. Search.
Understood, my Quen.
So,
Venture forth Skaldward. These traders are from Grofton Marsh. Perhaps your answers will be found in their path. I dub you a royal Quenly task.
Quenly.
Yeah, Quenly task. And seek the myths, my knights.
Understood.
We will obey. I understand and will lie.
You all bow.
Although I do hope it.
You do hope what?
Although I do hope that we don't. It doesn't have to come killing this child.
I leave that to you, my knights.
Uh,
Go forth into the realm. And then that's where you exit. You bow, and then you accept this task, and you exit the court. Before you exit, you are stopped by the cleric, Kaelan
Killer Galen.
Kaelar Galen. A moment of your time, Sir Knights. If I may. He introduces himself as, I do believe we have not met. You may refer to me as Kaelar Galen. I am the speaker of the Six Sisters, cleric of the Six Sisters. And just, I would like to part you with some words of wisdom before your quest. Now, in days past, many knights have come to me and the Six Sisters for wisdom. However, for such a prophecy such as this, I fear that my wisdom may not suffice. So if you are in need of guidance, Sir Knights, it would be wise to also seek the guidance of the seers. You see, they have sanctuaries in the wilderness of the realm. If you are in need, remember your oaths to seek those seers. There's a seer not far from here, a mountain close to the coast. If you are in need of assistance, search him. And
Mountain near the coast. Is that like south of Talgarth, right?
you can ascertain it. And he bids you
Who
good
is
luck.
this seer?
The seer. He is called Ethior. He was at the coronation. People refer
Ethior.
to her
Sorry, FTR?
Ethior. People.
Ethior.
I'll spell it.
Okay.
The seers have weird names because I gave them weird names.
Ethior. Okay.
People refer to him as the celebrated seer.
Hey!
He can be found in the lone mountain near the coast. However, there is also there's also other seers in the realm. The Welcome Seer. You may find her, the sibling of Ethior, in. I'm gonna give you a little puzzle. You may find the Welcome Seer, Gritward from here. The Moonlit Seer is within the Bloodstone Woods. And the Swollen Seer. The Swollen Seer is Loft of Welry.
Okay, thanks for the direction.
Sorry, where's the third one? In the blood-soaked woods?
The
Tama ba?
Bloodstone Woods.
Bloodstone. Okay.
Bloodstone
Yes.
Woods.
Golden Seer is
Which seer? The Swollen
Swollen?
Seer is Loft of Welry.
Loft of Welry.
This is an
Loft.
example of where I went a little too far on my world building. I gave names to the
Okay,
cardinal
okay. What
directions.
are the cardinal directions?
Okay, I'm gonna reveal to you. Cardinal directions. Hey, here you go. There, it's here.
okay.
Okay, I understood Scold was
Oh.
north, and then I was
Wait,
just
where-
trying to
where is
understand where
it?
everything else was.
North, loft.
Oh, is it the table chatter?
You know, it's in Albert. I'm gonna sync view. There it is.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so north is cold.
You don't have to use this. This is just me being cool and fun. So you can just say
Okay, so-
north, northeast.
We can be cool.
Okay, so it's up to you.
We can be cool and fun. So the what do you call it, seer?
Which one?
The one loft of Welry?
The Swollen Seer.
Swollen.
The
So-
Swollen Seer.
Swollen, right?
Yeah, the Swollen
So
Seer.
it's somewhere. So it's somewhere here. Is it here or like is it the woods here?
You don't know yet. You just know that it's loft over there.
Okay. So loft is here. So it's somewhere here,
Yeah.
right?
Maybe.
And then like the celebrated seer, which was the seer that knighted me, is actually southwest of my hometown.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then the Welcomed Seer is Grit of Talgarth.
Yep, but that is such a vague fucking direction.
Yeah. And the Kalar bid you good fortune. May the 6 seers guide you. The 6 sisters guide you, I mean.
Okay, hold on. So we have one in the mountains near Talgarth, right? Like the south near the coast, right?
Yeah, the
that's-
Lone Mountain.
That is
Six
just, this has got to be here. So that's the celebrated seer. What seer is it?
Ethior, the celebrated seer.
Ethier. Okay, so Ethier is in these mountains that we're sure of. Which one is like grit?
The
The
welcome.
welcome here.
The welcome seer.
So
Welcome
that means
seer. So some
506 406 So fucking vague.
I mean, we could start in the mountains. Maybe like that. The celebrated seer, knows something about that, about the other seers. Maybe we can ask some.
Yes, but
direction.
also the head scold towards Grofton Marsh to find the cursed child.
True enough,
N-
but
Now I release you to the sandbox. Go for
Yay.
it.
God damn it.
I'm proud of you guys. You got this, King. Good luck.
all right. So, where do we go? Do we go to Do we go southwest? Do we go Wilder to to consult with the celebrated seer? We know that he's there. Or do we go immediately
Yep.
Griftward? Griftward, because that's where the drunkards were.
DM question.
Yes.
What? How long does it take to travel between hexes?
Okay, so a hex
Whip out the
league.
calendar.
Oh yeah, okay. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Okay, thanks for reminding me. Right now, we have a calendar. Who wants to? And I'm gonna reveal it. Who wants to be the one to? So, let me explain first. Time goes by in phases. There's 3 phases in a day, and there is 9 days in a week. Every time you move to a hex, a phase will pass, and I want one of you to move the markers for me. So who wants to move the markers?
It's a lot of responsibility. I default to everyone else.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it this time.
Okay, you want Adrian to do it? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
whenever I say a phase passes, move the marker from left to right, and then when it reaches
Okay,
the
practice,
edge.
practice.
Yeah. So let's say it's the second river day of petals. A phase passes, then
And then boom.
Boom.
Yay!
yippee, you got it. Yeah. So it goes from left to right and then up to down.
Okay, left. So this is River Day.
Yeah, it's
This and then left to right, up to down. So dit dit dit, and then dit dit dit, and dit dit dit.
yeah,
and then
natural
dit,
movement
dit,
of the
dit,
eye.
dit, dit. Okay, so left to right, and then.
Okay.
Okay.
So for moving to a hex, spends a phase.
How
That's
do
the
I
general
do-
rule.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. There's also before we continue. There's also another action. You can also. Oh wait, no. Before before I explain that, I'll explain the main rule of traveling. So as you're traveling, at the end of a phase, if you're in the wilderness, I'll be making a secret wilderness roll, a d6. On a 4 to 6, if there's a landmark on that hex, you discover it. If not, nothing happens. I just explain the landscape. On a 2 to 3, you encounter an omen from the nearest myth. An omen is like an encounter. And then on a 1, you encounter the next omen from a random myth in the realm. I won't tell you the result of the roll. So you'll just have to speculate. So remember when I said that if there's a marker or a landmark in this hex, you'll find it on a 4 to 6. Just because you're in a hex doesn't mean you've discovered everything in that hex. Like let's say you rolled an encounter in that hex. You didn't discover the landmark. So there's an action here to search. You may spend a phase to search the hex. If there's anything in the hex, you'll find it. Or you may spend a phase to search the hex to look for a vantage point. And a vantage point tells you some basic clues on neighboring hexes. Okay.
Okay.
That's all for now.
All right.
What does the
I would like to elect that we visit we visit Elfior first, so that we can have a clue about this promised child thingy. And it also secretly also I also wish to visit my mother near the town. In Codshore, south of Talgar.
okay?
So
What
I
do-
believe we should head Scaldward and start looking for that promised child.
okay.
So
You can-
we can vote, right?
Yeah, you can move
So I'm
tokens to
gonna-
vote to see how we go.
My vote is there.
Okay.
My vote is like Elfior, but specifically that we pass to 709.
Yeah.
Alfiar.
You can.
Is 709 not in the middle of water?
No, is it? Oh, wait, is it like? Is it seven? Oh, so no, sorry, 708. There we go. And then Elfior. Yeah.
You can vote Isa
Mhm.
in
Okay,
the
I'm.
hex flower.
I wanna visit Mama.
Okay.
I don't want to see no mothers. So, wait, I'm number 2, I guess.
Yeah, just pick a token in the middle. Doesn't really matter.
Anciana, FDR, Southwest. I'll go Southwest.
Okay. So 2 votes southwest towards Vilder. Should the company move Vilder? Those who voted Skald and the Sirth, what do you think?
Well, we've been
Uh,
outvoted, so
yeah. Well, I
I
guess
was
I'll have to visit
clear.
my. I guess I'll just have to visit my mom on another day.
Okay.
Hmm.
So can someone move that towards
But there you
Vilder?
go.
All right.
A face passes.
Uh,
Say the words, John.
all right. A phase passes. It's the end of a phase. It is now afternoon. I'm gonna roll.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So the weather is clouds, fleeting clouds in the sky. It kind of like creates a pattern, like spots in the sky, like a cat. You
Yeah.
see. Okay. You see hawks flying in the air. They fly. They seem to be hunting and finding some food. They do kind of swoop down to catch someone maybe eating some rations, but you dodge them out of the way. It is the afternoon, and that is all that happens.
Okay. We're just chewing some birds.
Okay,
Some worms.
what do you do now?
Head south, I guess.
Good. Is everyone
agreed.
okay?
And South.
So you move south. A phase passes, and you try to move south. You stop and go
Oh.
back to the hex. You have encountered
Ah.
a barrier, which are
God damn it.
hidden barriers. It seems that the terrain is too steep to traverse, and it seemed like you spent the whole phase finding a way. There was no way to pass, and phase passes. It is now night,
Ah.
and the weather
Wait, what's
the weather changes. It's clear as day. Well, it's clear as night. The clouds have all left. And let's see what happens. I haven't rolled yet. Let's see what happens. Okay. So as you're circling around, finding a way, disappointed that you didn't find anything, you see you see a terrain. It's a steep slope scrubland. There's an elderly woman. Uh, she has a basket on her arm. Let me change the music. She has a basket on her arm. She seems to be gathering thorns from the shrubs, and she's wearing thorns. She's wearing gloves. She's collecting and putting it on her basket. And it seems that that's what she's doing. She's not far from the realm from Talgarth, so she may return soon. It is night after all.
I call out to her like, "Hey, old lady."
Yes. Old lady looks at you. Oh, good evening, Sir Knights. And she kind of does like she shakes a bow, but her back is too stiff. She kind of struggles to bow.
Please, please. What might you be doing at this time? Okay.
Oh, collecting thorns. It is. It is. It's to ward off the claw. You see, it's due another victim any day now. Can't be too careful. Can't be too careful.
The claw.
The claw.
Yes.
Do we know anything about this claw? Is it a common,
You can ask her. You don't know anything about the claw.
I don't know anything. Okay.
Okay.
So, may I ask, what is the claw?
The claw.
No, the claw is a creature in the woods. It's
A creature, you say?
yes. I'm collecting thorns to protect my family. We don't live in the castle. We live out here, out in the plains. So any protection is welcome. It's a creature. It resembles a large. What is it? Like a large lobster with claws, but walks on land. Black of skin. Terrifying. But because of these thorns, we have not faced the claw for many generations.
How does these thorns protect you from the claw?
They just do. It is. They just do. The thorns protect us. You keep them, scatter them around your doorway, and the claw never arrives.
Who's like next to me? Is there anyone next to me?
Who wants to be next to Sir
Who
Jorge?
wants to be next-
Who wants to be next? Where do you live in the plains?
Yes,
Where do you live in plains?
we are
Do you have?
we are
Sorry,
from
what?
Fandle Rock, but we now dwell in Talgarth. After the coronation, it seems safer now to travel.
All right. May I ask, have you heard of the recent prophecy, baby?
The prophecy, baby.
And any news on the chosen child? Something? What's the name of it?
The promised child.
The promised
No,
child.
the promised child. Oh, my father used to tell me stories about that. He says that when the promised child arrives, the lands will burn.
Ah,
However, it seems like a story to scare children, I believe. I tell scary stories to my children as well.
my father did so for me as well. Alright, so we have one count of promised child arriving and then everything burns. But surely it can't be true.
Why would such knights want to learn more about childish fairy tales?
Well, part of our oaths, seek the myths.
Oh, I see. A grand mystical quest you are in, are you not? Well,
Well.
do not let me keep you here. I shall return to my home.
And I fare her well, fare thee
Wait.
well.
Don't you think we should ask some of those thorns if the claw is real? If the claw creature does exist?
Well, fair enough. We can gather some thorn.
Are you gonna do that?
Peasant superstition, baby. Yeah, let's go. Let's indulge on on our peasant superstition.
Okay.
Yeah,
We-
it doesn't hurt to be safe.
Yeah. At the very least, we can have like improvised caltrops, eh?
Hmm.
Okay. I guess we collect some thorns for good luck.
Okay. So what do those who want to collect thorns, you can note down thorns in your property.
All right, I'm gonna collect some thorns.
Yeah.
I have thorns.
I just came back to people collecting thorns. I'm assuming there's some superstitious reason.
Yeah, so
Yes.
it seems that Sir William was out scanning the landscape and he's just returned.
What the heck is happening?
Why are you gathering shrubbery?
Swab away. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Apparently, Sir William, there is a creature called the Claw, a lobster-like creature, and these prevent them.
So, pointed shrubs are to stop lobsters.
That's what the old lady said, and she said that. You know, it doesn't hurt to try, right?
Just to clarify, I just need to understand the logic of it. Does it repel the creature? Do you throw it at the creature?
The old lady said they leave it. They scatter it around, though. They scatter it around, and it seems to have repelled the creature from going to them.
I see, so caltrops. I see. Well, no shame in gathering some.
Join us. Join us.
If
join
you
us.
want some thorns, you can note down thorns in your property.
I will get some thorns.
So you spend some time collecting thorns. And
Everyone gets thorns.
yeah. So what do you do? It's now night. What do you do now? You
I guess we
can yeah, you can rest or you can move, but there are penalties like you lose clarity and spirit.
Do we need to have like someone to watch over?
No, I'm assuming someone is watching over as you're resting, and
Oh,
the game assumes that you're also hunting and gathering as you're traveling, so you don't need to track food.
yeah. I'm asking Bertie to gather like berries or some shit.
Bertie returns with a
You're talking to a weasel.
Yeah.
I see.
Yes.
Bertie returns with a couple berries, enough for themselves.
So,
Damn it.
But you've all gathered your provisions, maybe have your rations, and you rest for the night. Correct?
Yes, let's set up camp here. I'd
yeah.
rather not traverse through the night.
Okay.
For dinner, I chop on bread I stole from the court.
Yeah, you still have some bread left. You stole from the court. It tastes great. The bakers outdid themselves. Talgarth is known for their wheat and bread and food. And a phase passes. Can you please?
Yes, I shall.
Alright, so the
Okay.
night passes. The night passes, you rested on some sturdy trunks. You felt the wood kind of peek out on the ground. Some leaves fall on you as you're resting, and then the sun rises. It is now Silver Day. The
Right.
second Silver Day of Petals. What do you do now?
Do we head southwest or southeast? I highly recommend southeast. My mom makes some good dried fish.
Would your mother be able to tell us if the mountain there is too steep?
Maybe. What do you say, John? Is my mother?
Is your mother a fair lady?
No, she's.
You can
bit-
ask. But as far as you know, you haven't ventured outside of your home before the war. After and during the war, you were just following where the army goes. So
Alright, so she probably would.
probably does. But maybe there are some people who may know.
Right, so do we go to Codshore or do we go to the forest and go to the mountain?
Well, if a village is to greet us in along the coast, that would make our travels relatively easier.
Alright, so southeast,
Okay.
Now let us meet your mother.
your mama.
Okay.
Why do you wish to meet their mother so badly?
To let her know I'm
I-
alive. Although she
Okay.
might be mad.
All right. You all move Hernwards towards the coast south of Talor. Move the character, and let's roll. Okay,
Where's your hometown 709?
I think it's 708,
708.
right, Judd?
I don't think it would be 709. That's the bottom of
708.
the lake.
That's a,
We're-
yeah.
We're in water. We're in water.
Yeah, you move. You move towards the coast.
Okay, so a phase passes.
A phase passes. It is now the afternoon, and you know your town, Codshore. Your dwelling is here, so you don't have to actively search for it. You can just go towards it. As you're moving, you see. Okay. I mean, as you're moving, before you reach Codshore,
Oh,
you see there is three men wearing armor. They are accompanied by a large wolf with a red snout. And they're also escorting what appears to be another armored man, but he kind of hobbles. He has a cane, and like one arm moves first, and then another leg moves, kind of like in that kind of way. You can hear the clanking sounds as they're
Clank.
moving, and they approach you. They see
Oof.
you and ask you. Oh, one of the knights approach you and ask you, "Oh, good sir, knights," and he speaks with a kind of a different accent that you're not familiar with. "Sir knights, are you knights of the realm, perhaps?"
Yes, we are.
yes.
"Tell me, where is the nearest holding from here?"
That's like Talgarth, right? So
Just north of us. Oh, sorry, scold of us.
scold of us. Scold word.
Thank you. Thanks for indulging my weird words. Oh, many thanks. Come now, we must accompany the seer towards Talgarth. And
Wait,
there-
did you just say seer?
And the
Hold on.
armored man hobbling looks toward you. Before looking towards you, his helmet kind of turns around like an owl, turns towards you. Before facing directly now towards you, and he speaks. Yes, that would be me. He is a
Are you
great
perhaps-
a great blocky mass of chains and iron plates, just about humanoid in shape. Yes, I am what you'd call the armored seer. It is a pleasure to meet the knights of the realm.
Armored seer.
Just a bit suspicious, but the sanguine lens shows traces of blood as well, more obviously
Yeah.
when looking through
Yeah,
it.
they don't
So
have
looking at them,
they don't have traces of blood at them. However, you can kind of see the insides of the armored seer's armor is stained with blood. The insides, at least.
I see. So
Yeah.
nothing too strange, if that is indeed a seer.
It's up to you to determine if that's strange or not for a seer.
That's in my head. It's like seers are weird.
Fair enough.
Pleasure to meet you, Sir Knight. What would be your names?
My
I'm
name
Sir
is-
William of House Redhide.
Pleasure to meet you, Sir William.
Can we ask him for information?
Yeah, you can. He just
From
kind
his
of
child.
greeting with
Are you not to introduce yourselves? You are supposed to
All right.
I-
I'm.
honor the seers.
They introduce themselves. Their name is.
No, I asked that to my party members.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So I
okay.
am going to. I'm Sir Jorge from the Southern Isles.
I am Sir Ellery.
Here.
I'm Sir Ellery of Codshore. which is nearby here, actually.
Well met. Well met, Sir Knights. You may call me Managot.
Managot.
Mana?
Managot.
Managot.
Managot. Is it like goth? As in goth?
No,
PH?
just a hard T.
T
We
just
hail
not heard.
Hernwards from here, from a distant realm, and we wish the hospitality of the local ruler.
Oh.
It is good to meet you. Now, if there's nothing else, we shall be on our way. And as
I guess we can ask him like what do you know? What does he know about the?
Before you go,
yes,
is it common knowledge like what the seers do?
generally for knights, it is common knowledge that seers know more than the average person. They have this what's called the sight. Like they know many things about the past, present, and future. Though their sight may be limited, and sometimes they may ask for like a price or a cost or something you do for them, a favor.
Mr. Seer, or Sir Seer,
Yeah.
we want to know, have you encountered difficult terrains in getting here? The reason I ask is we traversed a mountain and could not find a path up. Maybe you can guide us or
That's-
point in the direction where we may
That's-
climb this mountain.
That's a good idea. And they'll tell you that they did have trouble. They did have trouble with their ship. With what's that called? Making port. They try to make port in the mountains, but they can't. They tell you that there's a barrier that's too steep. Wilderward from where you are.
Wilder word.
Yeah.
Ah!
That you can't pass through. However, they say they're lucky to find the port in Codshore, and that is where they've moored their ship.
Oh no.
Where did we experience this barrier? 609, no? 609.
Yan, nakalagay sa map.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm updating the situation. So there's a barrier between here 708 to 609. Is that correct? Here? No.
Yeah, they point towards that direction generally.
You know, we could have asked this here a more important question, I believe.
Yeah, about what does he know about the promised child?
You want to ask that? What do you?
Oh, great armored seer. Would you happen to know anything of the tale of the promised child? And where one might find him?
It seems like when you said the tale of the promised child, some of the knights react that, oh, you know about the promised child? Have you heard tale about them? And then the seer asks you, yes, I know. We've heard tell about the promised child. My sight has guided me towards this realm. And we have come to search for them. For it is through the child that our realm will prosper. And they ask you if you know anything about the promised child. Tell me, what is it do your people have heard? What have your people heard about this promised child?
Hmm. Well, from what I know about the promised child is, if they arrive, the world shall burn.
The land shall burn.
The land, sorry.
The
Exaggerated there for a bit.
yeah, the armored seer chuckles and tells you that it reassures you. Do not be ridiculous. My sight is clear that the promised child will bring prosperous prosperity to our realm in particular. He kind of, that's his insinuation.
Our realm, you know.
Yeah.
So it could be like the reason why their realm will prosper is our realm will burn and they'll have no competition.
Could be.
We thank you for your guidance, Armored Seer. Sadly, we do not know anything else regarding the promised child, other than the rumors and stories told.
And that someone was healed of their no, and someone was healed of their blindness.
And you say that out loud?
Do I say that?
I mean, you can if
there's-
you want. But
Yeah, I do say it out loud.
okay. The company reacts in excitement, and the knights proclaim that truly the first sign has been revealed. The promised child is near and cannot be far. And they wish to bid you farewell before they leave, unless you want to ask anything else.
I asked them, say, if we ever meet again and encounter more information on this promised child, would you be a good pal and share us some of your information as we did to you? Basically, if we ever meet again, can you share us what you?
You know what?
No.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna note that down because you shared useful information to them.
Hmm.
You can ask them for a favor that's like kind of equal in value. And yeah,
Alright.
word that seems fair. Word from you, word from them.
Hmm.
So
Tit for tat.
okay.
A cod for a trout,
Anything else before they leave?
I think I'm good. How about you?
I bid you farewell, Armored Seer.
And I bid you, Sir Knights, farewell as well. The helmet turns around, and then they continue their way towards Talgarth. Okay.
Each fellow.
All right.
And then after that, you make your way towards the card shore. You know exactly where it is. You are met with a humble fishing settlement. The people in this settlement are just a few families. One of them is Sir Elleries. Let's see. I'm gonna roll something.
Oh my gosh, we're rolling for
No.
something.
Okay, so you arrive. A fine mood and all seems well enough. That's the local mood. It seems everything is smooth sailing. People are recently, from the recent coronation, people are happy that the realm is at peace finally, and that things have gone quiet. A pleasant return to monotony. You see fishermen docking their ships. You can smell the musk of chopped fish. The air is wet. There's a lot of gray clouds in the sky. And your mother is somewhere there. They're likely a fisherman unless they're not. What's the occupation of your mother?
She's a fishmonger.
Oh, fishmonger.
she
Okay, she's
sells-
kind of barking at people, telling them to buy her fish. What do you do in this in the settlement of Codshore?
Hold on. But they're fishermen, right? So they have boats. So maybe after I visit my mom, we could find our old. I'm gonna ask mom and see if the old ship still there, and maybe we could
Ooh.
use that to traverse
Okay, you can
the barrier.
you can look for your mother, and I'm gonna make her. Actually, I'll make you roll. Roll me a d6. The lower the better.
I don't like when you say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm afraid if you had a ship, it's no longer in their possession. Maybe they sold it because times were tough, or maybe, wartime happens. It was stolen or just destroyed.
Nuts. That's
I'm sorry,
unfortunate.
my son, but the ship it is no longer with us.
All right. But anyway, I'm glad to see you're safe.
It as am I. It truly is a blessing of the Six Sisters to see your face once again. And she asks you,
Right.
"Oh, how was the court? How is the queen? What does she look like? Was she beautiful?" And she kind of goes into this gossip.
Yeah, and I share all my information with
Okay,
mother.
okay. What is everyone
like-
else? What does the company do?
I'm gonna try spearfishing.
Okay, you can try spearfishing while you're here. Are you gonna spend a phase spearfishing in this in the settlement until night comes?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to hear rumors around this part of the realm.
Okay. You can spend a phase to listen to rumors if you want.
Probably go to the local,
Yeah, there's probably a
where they
local
drink.
pub or tavern. This is like a fishing
Yeah.
dock. People who travel through ship docks here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll listen to the gossip.
Okay, you'll spend a phase doing that. What about Sir William?
I would like to study the ground for the whole phase.
Nice. Good. Very good. Using your ability. Studying the ground. Well. Yes.
What does that
Yes.
do? What does that do? What does
Yes,
studying the ground do?
Okay, well.
I'm sorry, I cooked it on accident.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the ground is offensive. Anyway. You'll see what happens when he studies the ground. Okay, so as you're going about your business, a phase passes. It is now
Alright, it's
night.
nighttime.
I'd like Sir Pierre to make a vigor test to see if you're successful in spearfishing.
I'm sorry, me make a vigor test? Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
Sir Pierre.
Sir Pierre is.
Ooh,
18.
ooh. Oh no. Okay. After
That's
a-
just too strong.
after an afternoon of throwing your trident, it seems that you are unsuccessful. And it was only afterwards where some fishermen pass by you and laugh at you, telling you that, "Good boy, you were fishing at the wrong spot. There's no fishes left there."
Not from you.
Anyway,
Let's see.
Actually, I would like to change what I would do, but I forgot about the abilities and everything.
oh,
So, yeah, I would
sige, we
like
can
to
go back.
Yeah, sorry. I would like to go into the deeper waters probably near the coast parent, pero
All right.
and then I can observe a beast in secret. So
Sure.
probably there are bigger fishes or some wild and see how they
Sure.
move.
You can
so I can chart the water.
you can sit by the coast, maybe by like a dockside, looking at or secretly observing some fish. They don't notice you; they're fish. They just continue right along, and now you can learn a useful truth about their habitat. The useful truth about their habitat.
Something about the water maybe, or
Something about the water. Let me think. What's a useful truth in this scenario? Okay, I'll ask you. What do you want to know?
diba they said that there's a barrier sa may that they can't dock there.
Yeah.
Are there any parang how are the currents? How is the state of the water, or is it
To
safe?
to let you know that there's a barrier.
Yeah, parang
Okay.
something to that effect.
Sige. So what you discover confirms that the seer is right. There is a barrier going towards the southwest, going towards Vilder.
Yun lang. So we can't pass by even via the sea.
Oh, if you're asking that, then you can pass by via the sea if you have a ship. So there is a way
Talaga.
to dock. They just the seer was just docking in the wrong place.
Okay,
Mm.
okay. Okay.
That sucks. Could have been a boat.
Yeah. So I'm confirming that you can take a boat and dock at that mountain, Hex League.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I guess we can find the fishermen maybe that,
that-
ferry us.
That's what you
But let's-
learn. And finally, Sir William, you've studied the ground. Tell me how this looks. What does this look like?
For I can imagine it like essentially from afternoon to evening. You just see Sir William like studying the ground, the tracks that people have passed, essentially who have traveled these trails. And in his head, like for each footstep he studies, for each disturbed piece of dirt, undisturbed stones, the ideas form in his head. And for the question that I will ask, because it's a single yes or no question,
Yeah.
I want to ask, just for peace of mind, did the armored seer pass through here?
Yeah, the armored seer passed
Ooh.
through here. Yes,
Okay.
that is.
That,
Okay.
at least that confirms two things, which is he's not lying, and two, he's actually an armored seer.
All right. Now we know.
Yeah, you can see kind of like drag marks on the ground where there's footprints and then kind of like long drag. Kind of.
They seem mystical. I taste the dirt.
Spin
passed
here.
through here. I'm Strider.
I was gonna say okay, Aragorn.
All right. It is now nighttime. What do you guys do now?
I guess we could rest.
Yeah, you can.
When you
So-
sleep at your mother's place.
That sounds wrong.
All
But
right.
yeah, let's sleep at my mother's place. I asked her if I could
I
invite
just-
some.
Find an inn. I do not wish to disturb your mother.
Gladly, your mother will provide shelter to you.
Hospitality.
Hospitality, of course. And because
I couldn't.
yeah, because
I
she's
couldn't.
oh, you couldn't. Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't impose on them.
Sige, where do you?
I too do not wish to impose on someone's mother.
Yeah, as a knight, there is a virtue of hospitality that people are expected to give hospitality to knights. So you can just ask anyone in town. So
Hello, random fisherman.
you can just ask a random fisherman. So you can just ask random unless you wanna. Yes, Dev.
Can I inquire about a giant lobster?
Ooh, a giant lobster.
About the claw.
The claw.
About the
The
claw?
claw.
Okay, you can ask some. Since it's nighttime, you can ask some of the fishermen who's having drinks, and they tell you what a giant lobster, you say? Oh, nothing more than some Fandel superstition. One of them says, no. This was actually.
Indulge your Fandel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you tell that to a Fandel. Yeah. Oh no, I meant no offense, Sir Knight. Another fisherman says that no, I've heard it. I have a fisherman friend who told me that one night a giant lobster appeared from the forest and attacked them at night, and then disappeared into the shadows.
The
It's true.
forest. Ooh.
It's true. The lobster, the giant lobster, the claw. Nah, that's some superstition. Lobsters belong in the sea,
Can I
not the
ask
forest.
Where?
Oh, this,
Oh.
Forest, by chance.
I didn't really know. Just some forest, some groups of trees. I didn't ask.
Thank you for your time. And then I just kind of walk away
Okay.
menacingly.
Okay.
Walk away. Sleep.
You can ask for hospitality from those people or from other fishermen. There's nothing else. A phase passes.
Kakaraka!
No wilderness roll because you are in a settlement.
Yeah. Thank you. Backstory.
And it is morning. The sun
Oh
rises.
yeah. So my character has a scabbard that. Hold on. As the Iron Knight, I have a scabbard which shows a difference each morning, hinting at the nearest myth. So I
Oh.
look at my scabbard.
Okay. Well, can you repeat that?
So as the Iron Knight, I have a scabbard, inscribed scabbard, which shows a different scene each morning, hinting at the nearest myth.
Okay. A scene, a different scene. It shows you. It shows you knights with the same armor as the knights accompanying the seer. And
Ooh.
it seems like it shows a scene of them walking in the woods. Kinda
Ooh.
one looking forward, one looking up, one looking back. That's the scene that you see.
Ooh. Okay, so I guess we have some clue where to go after, huh?
What do you guys do now?
Can we find if there are fishermen willing to ferry us to then?
You can. There are some fishermen with ships, however. Oh, actually, it seems like the favor isn't too unreasonable. It is close by. A fisherman can ferry you towards the coast in Vilder.
Ooh. Does he require of us anything? Gold.
It seems like
Okay.
the trait of hospitality is just enough. Of course, I shall assist knights of the realm, and of course, I shall assist knights knights of our home.
Yay! My neighbors, like literally my neighbors. Hey,
Yeah.
friend.
So just from the virtue of hospitality, they're willing to ferry you.
Thanks. I owe you a solid. And then I hand him a sausage, a dried sausage, which I stole
Yeah.
the court.
He eats
I got
it,
this snack for you.
he munches on it, and he has never
Hands on
tasted.
the sausage. Did I hear that correct?
Yeah, sausage. He has never eaten anything as good as a sausage he's given him. So now you have a
Okay.
way to venture Vildward.
Yay!
Is the
Okay, so
the company goes Vilder?
I elect we go Wilder.
I agree. I think we should go Vilder.
Okay. So you step foot on the fisherman's ship, and a few hours pass. You head south for a while, then Grit afterwards, and then you make you stop at a rocky coast where you land on the mountains before the fisherman waves goodbye and returns to Cod Shore.
Thank you, good sir.
A phase passes.
Right. Right,
Yeah.
gents.
It is afternoon, right?
Yeah, afternoon.
King's Day.
Yeah.
Afternoon of King's Day. Let's see what happens. Let's see what I roll. Okay. 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 So the weather changes. It is now bright sunlight. The sun shines over you, and you see there is a kind of stone footsteps that go spiraling around the peaks, and there are statues on the side of these footsteps. These statues depict a creature, a person clad in a coat of masks. Each mask are an expression of joy. So imagine a large coat. It's just full of masks everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is the guy who knighted me, by the way.
Yeah, that's the guy who knighted you. It looks like
So
him.
I'm like, yeah.
If I may
And-
ask, Sir Ellery,
Yes, Sir Peter.
how should we
Sorry,
behave in front of the Osea?
All right. If I remember correctly, he only wants praise and he wants praise and elaborate celebrations, not really caring what for. And he only sees moments of intense positive emotion, with more intensity granting clear visions and pleasure. So, I guess
Shit.
we have to really please him and entertain him, and not make him mad.
We should have brought him a cake then.
Yeah.
What do you do now?
Too bad I didn't steal. Okay.
Let's go with me to the Osea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go in.
You make your way up the mount, and let's get some music. You reach a pathway. See, a kind of like a valley, a small valley that creates a path into a small clearing in this stony mountain. You don't see the sea anymore. You don't see the horizon. It's covered in rocks. And as you enter this clearing, you see an army, an almost, let's say, more than 30 statues of white stone, all depicting the celebrated seer, Ethior. I'm gonna roll something. Let's see. Okay. So, Ethior is present. He is attending to his acolytes. It seems like the acolytes are, how do you say, they're apprentice seers. I almost forgot you have a esquire with you.
Alright. We kinda ignored him.
Yeah.
How are you doing, boy?
What's his name, by the
Yeah.
way?
What's his name? I'll let you decide
Boy.
in his name.
Boy.
The boy. He's an adept singer.
Well, at least we have someone to sing happy birthday should we need it.
Mm.
So yeah, the seer is attending to their acolytes. Its version of squires. See, like, he is telling them stories about history, events of old, the forgotten knights in the Isle of Farbosa, and it's the students praise him in adulation, like, oh yeah, such a good story. You are such a good storyteller, seer. And it seems like the seer is very pleased with himself. It's then that the seer sees you and greets you. Ah, Sir Ellery. And what?
Yay!
Students, this is the knight that I've knighted in the past years. And how are you? How are you in Talagarth? Is everything well?
So I wear my biggest smile. Oh, we're doing so well. In fact, the queen has just declared a joust in the next month.
Oh,
long?
that is an event I would love to see.
Yeah.
Acolytes, Uh, we must prepare for this joust. When is this joust? Good night.
Next season.
Next season.
Oh, next season.
Uh,
And we must prepare. Acolytes, prepare my traveling caravan. And acolytes, of course, they follow the seer. And the seer looks at you and asks you, "So, and how am I to be your assistants for such knights such as yourself?"
we are told that a child of great promise has been born of the land. One that will bring great joy to a land. I guess that's the nearest one. Do you happen to have information on this promised child?
You see the seer, and when you said great joy, kind of excited the seer, but it seems like the seer is, as you were speaking, the seer all that time looking at one of its masks and replaces the mask and puts another mask on. You see a hollow, empty blackness where a head should be, but there is no head, and then puts another mask on with a different version of a smile. I'm sorry, you were so boring that I had to preoccupy myself. What was that again?
Oh, great seer, Elthior. We are here to seek the advice. Great advice, for there is a promised child who is said to bring joy and glory to this land, and we seek your advice on where one must find him.
Glory to the land, glory to the land. Acolytes, bring me music. There must be music in this house.
Do you wish for a singer? Boy, come here.
Oh, does your boy sing?
Yes, the boy sings. Come, sing.
Oh, let the boy sing. Okay.
This is the great seer Elthior.
Pleased to meet you, great seer. Yes. Now sing for me, boy. And the squire, the poor squire, begins a ballad, a tune that he knows, accompanied by the acolytes' instruments. And let's see, what's something that happens? Okay, you know what? It is the squire is a really good singer. This amuses the seer. Oh, very, very amusing! Such a wonderful voice. Acolytes, quiet down. I am receiving a vision, a sight. Some silence passes. Okay. All has passed. What was it you went here again for?
We are here to seek your guidance, great seer.
Right, guidance. And I thank you for bringing your squire here with such a lovely voice. About a child, you say?
Yes, a child.
child.
A promised one.
Yes, that is the promised child that I see. Oh, that is not good. But it could be good. But maybe it isn't. What is it do you seek for this promised child?
We seek the promised child themselves.
Do you seek... For what reason? Do you seek the betterment of this child? Or the downfall?
For the joy of the realm.
Whatever it takes to protect the realm. Whatever
It seems that the seer is conflicted to speak. It's sort of they're sort of confused. Betterment of the realm. Hold that thought. Acolytes, come here. I shall share with you great knowledge and wisdom for a seer. And at this point, he kind of ignores you and goes on to this sermon with this towards these acolytes. You see, the site is not merely a foretold singular endpoint. History is not so simple. History is a more of a river, and a seer only knows where it bends. And the waters of time will flow as it may. Towards the kingdom burning, it looks towards you, the knights, or the prosperity of the kingdom, depending on the knights that seek the myths. It seems that I cannot answer for you what is best for the kingdom, only that if this boy survives, truly,
The boy.
it's a boy.
It's a boy.
If this
It's a
boy
boy!
lives and survives, my sight foretells fire. Great fire. I am not sure if this fire is metaphorical yet, or if this fire is a literal grander fire. But in the ashes of the fire, the city awaits.
Ooh.
So
I
I
thank you, Great Seer.
so I ask you now, good knights, what is best for the realm? This is boring. Acolytes,
I
bring me
speak
my
from my
instruments. What? Sorry?
this guy.
You
I
say
speak
something?
for myself and only myself. I do not know the answer, which is correct, which is why I am out here on this journey to seek the truth. If I must speak with the other seers, then so be it.
That's for the
Alright.
future. I don't think we'll find out until we see the child now, would we?
Yes. Well, could be good.
Who knows? The fire might be a great bonfire.
Yes.
Hurrah!
A great bonfire of victory.
Yes.
Well, I don't
Please
think
keep him
we
happy.
should.
Please keep him happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Yes,
A
hurrah!
great bonfire victory. Whoa.
Okay, I see that's what your
Oh.
intention is, to keep the seer happy.
Yeah.
Let's see what
Besides,
I want to see what the whims of the seer is today. I'm just gonna
Whims.
roll something.
Oh God. Go pick up 10,000 rocks.
Okay. I wonder what that means.
What do you mean?
what do you mean? What is he feeling?
No, I think I'll reroll. That doesn't make sense.
Fellow just said, I thought like it was just a table and the word was just like zesty or something.
It feels zesty today.
Okay. Oh.
Is that worse?
How does this translate? It seems that the seer, the celebrated seer, wishes wishes to go on a hunt.
I see.
Alright. You wanna go on a hunt? There's a lobster nearby.
We are hunting a great lobster.
Celebrated seer, we wish to hunt the claw. Shall you join us?
Ooh, the claw, you say? I've heard tale of this claw. It would be quite grand to see. It would be quite grand to join you in this journey and see how you defeat this claw. Quite entertaining, truly. Quite. May I join you in your journeys then?
Of course, celebrate.
Certainly.
Very well.
Why? It will be a
Acolytes,
pleasure.
We cannot
bring
bow.
bring my provisions. We shall go on a hunt. And the acolytes arrive and says, "No, you shan't be coming with us. Only me and the knights. This is only for us." Acolytes. Oh, okay. There was such great adventure, such gallant knights, such grandiosity. And he prepares and gets ready for the travel. After a while, he has
I
everything.
wasn't here, kanina. What does the seer look
Uh,
like?
The seer is wearing a coat full of metallic masks of himself, of his face, all
Okay.
showing a happy expression.
Okay, okay.
And when he removed the mask, earlier, there's nothing there, just black darkness.
Okay.
I would just like to add, Isa, since you weren't here, I asked Sir Ellery what we must do for this year. We have to keep him happy. So, throughout this entire journey, we must keep him happy and entertained.
Okay.
He's an
I
infant with
actually-
ADHD.
Sige. I noted. Then I introduce him to Bertie.
You see Bertie. Bertie arrives though.
My
This
weasel
little
is
weasel.
pretty smart, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, how lovely! A beast from the woods. I have seen
Doesn't
many
Bertie
beasts.
makes a little dance.
Yeah. Oh, entertaining. Are we going to hunt Bertie?
No,
I don't-
God.
No.
I don't think it will be.
It would be quite the joy to see you to see you hunt this quick little rascal.
No, but Bertie is a great hunter.
Oh, then it will
Just
be
like how he
very
looks.
entertaining. But hunting mundane beasts is not as entertaining as hunting the claw. So, shall we ride?
Depart. We shall celebrate this year. Onwards to glory.
Oh, what joy of adventure. What hunts. Alright, what do you guys do?
Alas, we travel, what direction is the
Yeah.
Anaskold ba?
Up to you.
We're in 609. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
we-
I guess around 508 or 509.
Sure.
So it's,
grit words.
this is, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Traveling. Okay, move the knights.
Red
A
one.
phase passes. Move the token, the knight token, please.
All right. Okay. I forgot. Bam. It's night.
So we're going to 508 or 509, sorry.
508.
508, okay.
I swear to God, if it's too fucking steep again, I'm gonna throw something off a cliff.
It's a
Ju-
forest.
The sky.
Just
Yes,
make
because we're
sure
coming
it's
from a
not the-
mountain.
Just make sure it's not the seer. Okay.
The sky.
I wouldn't
is
mind being
clear.
tossed.
The sky is
What do you mean
clear
you wouldn't mind being tossed?
as you're traveling. You pass. There is no barrier. That's good.
Yay.
Oh, thank the gods.
Thank the Six Sisters.
You
Thank the
enter.
Six Sisters.
You enter the forest. You see the watchful gaze of the hawks again. They return. They're like kind of perched on a branch, still adamant on catching your ration. Someday it will, but it hasn't yet. And the day passes. The phase passes uneventfully. It is nighttime.
Well,
Oh wait.
Okay.
shall we look for tracks here? Or it's night actually, no?
It's night.
A bit hard to look for tracks.
Well, it's night. Should we not set up camp first?
Yeah, I suppose we should.
I know we're hunting for the claw, but can we scatter the thorn so it doesn't catch us in our sleep? For now.
Good.
I second
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Sure.
Check something.
Well, if we're shooing it away, should we not at least leave one place unguarded by thorns so that the claw comes to us? Hopefully.
Right.
Yeah. Makes sense.
As you're traveling, you
It's
hear
like funnel it to one place.
You said you were
Can I-
traveling.
You hear a
Yeah.
screech from the darkness.
Ooh.
Oh fuck no, I'm not going in there.
The moon is crescent and looms sharply,
Oh.
and then you hear that screech, and the shadows begin to.
Does the
Kinda
screech
haunt.
sound human?
No, it does not.
Oh, okay.
It's probably the claw.
Can I climb the tallest tree I can find?
Sure. What are you planning to do?
If it's the claw I descend, I'll jump down.
Okay. You climb the tallest tree you can find. I'm gonna make you roll me a d6.
Okay. Just I'm not at my computer right now.
Okay.
Can someone roll for me,
Oh, sige.
please?
Someone else who wants to roll for Dev.
I'll roll for them.
Okay.
Okay. D6, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I rolled another
Classic.
six. I
you
rolled
shall not
Maybe-
roll.
You search.
Rolling hot.
You search the horizon. It's dark. The crescent moon shines over you. It's still too dark to find anything useful. No movements, nothing other than the birds and the hawks flying by. Then you descend down.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's only one way we can do this. Thankfully, I don't need to indulge in my passion yet. So, I pick up my axe beak. And I start walking towards the darkness.
Where are
Okay.
you going?
I walk with
I
him.
will
Here, claw,
hide-
claw, claw.
I follow Sir William, and just hide in a shrubbery.
Subway.
Following. So let me get this straight. Sir William is walking in the darkness, trying to
Yes.
to taunt the claw. If
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is
you
there.
hear it. Here, claw, here, claw. Where
I'll
are
walk
you?
flanking him.
All right, you're just walking
Did we bring
around.
light? Did we bring light or something? Wouldn't we have a difficult time traversing the forest in darkness?
Who's bringing light?
Whoa.
If you're bringing a light, we'll establish that you're using one hand to hold the light. Something of note: you can't use weapons with the long tag or slow
Can I
tag.
use hefty weapons?
If you are hefty weapons are one-handed, yeah, but you can only hold one
Alright.
hefty weapon at a time.
I will have
Okay.
my axe in one hand and a torch in the other, because for some fucking reason I don't have a shield.
I'll move through through foliage and shit
Sure.
to hide myself.
So
Your cleaving blade is two-handed, right?
cleaving blade
long.
is it long? Did you note it long?
Long. Cleaving blade 2d8 long, yeah, 2d8 long.
Less long. Okay, so right now Sir William is holding the torch. And let's see what's gonna happen next. All of you are just searching for this claw.
Yes, here you orange or blue
The-
bastard.
Yeah, the seer is just following, just tailing you all with a smile on his face. He is building anticipation. Ooh, I wonder what it looks like. Ooh.
Could we have assigned the squire to watch over him?
Yeah, the
as
squire.
well?
The squire is
Yeah.
watching.
I was thinking
over.
that too.
Actually, if the squire's doing nothing, can he hold the torch so that like
What do you mean? We have to let him watch the seer. We're protecting the seer.
Okay. As you're walking around. Okay, this is. Ooh, that's an interesting thought.
I swear to God, if I'm getting kidnapped by the fucking claw.
I want all of you to make a clarity roll.
Clarity.
Yes.
D20?
it's
No?
D20.
D20, right?
Roll a d20. If it's equal to or lower than your clarity, succeed. Only one of you has to succeed.
Oh, okay.
I succeeded.
Okay.
I'm just curious if I'll succeed. I
Okay.
did.
So Sir
15.
Sir William is the lowest. Sir William sees in the shadows as you're looking, taunting the claw. You see, figures in the dark, silhouettes of the trees, of the bushes, scanning and scanning, and two orbs are in the shadows, unmoving. There's light reflected from your torch, and it seems like it's kind of like shaking a little bit, like small twitches, and then suddenly large movement. It
Oh
returns
shit.
into the shadows.
I get back here.
I'd like I'd like you specifically to
Fuck.
roll me a spirit to see if you got a little under
Oh,
by
spirit.
that. Yeah. Okay.
40.
Success.
Your spirit is strong. You are not scared by it.
You see
And-
me fucking rush towards that direction. Get back here.
All right, you're chasing towards it now.
What? Why
The
are you
claw is
running?
running.
Okay.
Why are you running?
You're chasing the figure. I'm gonna change the color. The color of the music. You can feel your boots hit the mud as all of you begin running. You see Sir William run. Everyone else follow suit. The seer is like, "Oh, the hunt has begun," and he kind of carries his robe, like he does this, like carries his robe while he's running. Oh, what joy! What joy! I shall witness this. And the squire is like, "Wait, Sir Seer, wait! I'm not as fast as you are. You're quite fast for a seer." As our chase begins, I don't have a lobster mini, but you know what?
What is the claw?
This is the claw.
Yeah,
Like, maybe the two orbs are like the eyes.
yeah. You see it kind of like it's skittering with its many legs, passing through trees and branches. It breaks a tree in its way. With the light shows its large black lobster claw break a tree, and splinters of wood erupt from it as it's passing through. What does everyone do? We're in combat now, and I'll explain how combat works once I hear what everyone's intention is in this fiction. What does everyone do?
Can I intend to find something really tall?
Really tall?
Let's go.
What does the really
Witness me.
a tree? Okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah, you can find a tree. You can, if your intention is to climb the tree, you can do that. So I'll explain to you.
Yes.
Blast is a tag for an attack. That means you can attack everyone. You can attack multiple creatures in an area, but you don't have to attack your allies. And you'll get an additional D8 if you pull that off.
I intend to.
Okay. What is everyone else's intention?
Well, considering that my literal skill is heightened sharpness, I want to face the creature with my sword to try to cut off its pincers, I suppose, or whatever it uses to attack.
Oh, okay.
I just ready my cleaving sword.
Okay, going to
Come here.
However, you are chasing the creature.
Oh, sorry.
So-
Yes, I'm just.
Oh, you're standing your ground at this, waiting for the creature to come to you. You'll need
I'm
a
chasing for it.
yeah. You're chasing it, but right now it's running away from you. So you can still do that. You just need a way for it to head towards your direction.
Oh, okay. So it's not yet.
That's up to if the players can cooperate in this attack.
Okay, so
Can
we
you-
have. Sorry.
Sorry, how
sorry,
big is it? How big is the...
It's unclear its size, but you can ascertain it's larger or at the same height as a man.
Whoa.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
However, its length is still unclear because it's running away from you.
Okay.
Since I'm the closest, does it have just genuine question? Does it have lobster legs?
It does have lobster legs, but it doesn't have an aquatic shell. Its shell resembles more an armadillo than a lobster. It's
Oh, shit.
fleshy and hide.
Does it have a lobster tail?
It does. It does.
Okay.
So it
Okay,
seems like
yeah.
it can swim if it wanted to.
My intention will be to try and pin it down on the tail.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're trying to pin it down. Okay, and what
I guess
about?
I'm just gonna chase after the lobster while we're at it. Or
Okay.
while you're going to the tail, I'm gonna try to flank it, like from scatter in a different direction and maybe lead it to where who's the meteor knight?
Sir Pier.
Sir Pier, yeah. Maybe where he is like on top of, so that he could like drop kick it to death.
Alright, so what Sir Pier and Sir Ellery is doing is you're anticipating it to go towards a specific location. What is Sir Jorge doing?
Sir Jorge starts spinning his hand axe while he's running. So he's holding it by the rope. He's trying to spin it.
Okay.
He's gonna throw it at the lobster and try to get it like deep enough into its hide to kind of like latch onto it. Thus he's gonna hold the rope so he can get dragged along with it.
Okay.
He wants to mount the lobster.
Oh wait, Monster Hunter. We've transitioned to Monster Hunter.
Okay. So I'm gonna now explain to you how combat works. In combat, you take turns like any RPG with combat, and when you do something, I decide if you do it or not. I'll rule or how that works. However, if you do an action that requires an attack, or you're gonna deal damage to it, or it's like a generally hostile action, what happens is when you're attacking, all combatants attacking the same target roll their weapon dice as well as some bonus dice at the same time.
Ooh.
Here's how it would normally go. So you're gonna attack, right? All combatants roll dice if you're targeting a single target. The highest die is the damage of that attack, and then it resolves. That's how an attack would naturally progress. However, there is some options you can do before or after rolling or deciding. Before rolling, you have a feat called Smite. And as long as you're not fatigued, you can do any feat. When you smite, you can add a d12 to a melee attack. Or make that melee attack into a blast attack, which is, area of effect. Then, after you roll, you also... the targets of an attack, if they can deny, they can choose to perform the deny feat, which they discarded damage die rolled against themselves. So if an enemy attacks you and you deny, you can take a die, any of the die, and take it out as long as it hasn't been resolved yet or gambits hasn't been performed. I'll explain gambits in a bit. Finally, afterwards, after dice is rolled and the target's chosen if they deny or not, the attackers choose to perform gambits. So gambits are what's written in your character sheet or here. So a gambit is an action you can do if you spend a die roll that rolls a 4 or higher. You can perform a gambit, which is like more actions. Move after the attack, repel a foe away from you. And when you perform a gambit, the target must succeed a vigor roll before that. Must succeed a vigor roll for that gambit to negate, basically. So if they fail, that gambit passes through. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So basically, you roll, you choose which dice you're gonna use as gambit, and what remains, the highest is the damage die. Okay. But you still
I'm
have.
still confused,
Okay.
but you lead us.
I'm sorry. This is. I'm explaining it really haphazardly.
No, but I think we'll learn it. We'll understand better once we
When
actually
it
get
Yeah.
to
roll.
getting there.
So, After
before we continue, sorry. Speaking of gambits, there's this thing here called when you perform a strong gambit with a bladed weapon, you may choose one of the following as difficult. What's a strong gambit?
Okay, thank you for asking because the strong gambit is if you're using a die that's 8 or higher. That's a strong gambit. So a strong gambit is just you're spending an 8 or higher. You can also use a strong gambit on any of the gambits, and if you use a strong gambit, they don't have to roll for vigor. Does that make sense? So
Scott, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna learn this as we
Sorry.
play.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sorry, just clarifying the value. So 4 or higher is a normal gambit,
yeah,
and 8 or higher is a strong gambit.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's just see where this goes. Honestly.
So I'm seeing the intention here is Sir Pierre and Sir Ellery is anticipating an attack. Sir Jorge is gonna mount it, and Sir William is gonna whack at its tail. I will
Trying to stop it.
trying to stop it. I can allow Sir William and Sir Jorge to start an attack. If you spend a gambit and it passes through, you can steer the creature towards Sir
Okay.
Ellery and Sir Pierre. Okay? So Sir William and Sir Jorge, roll your weapons dice. So what weapons are you using?
Hand axe, so d6.
Yeah?
I only have my crow beak.
Okay.
That is a 4.
So,
Okay.
just to understand properly, do we have to dedicate dice to a gambit first?
Yeah. Allocate gambit first before damage is resolved.
Okay, so was Isa's die a gambit die, or was that a...
No,
You decide.
I rolled a 4, so I rolled an attack, pero I wanted to focus sana.
Okay, so you can
after?
you can focus. Focus is a feat. If you
Yeah.
focus, you can perform a gambit without using a die. Pero have you rolled Sir
I rolled
William?
a 4, pero next to it. Oh, okay.
Sige, I'll dedicate this to a gambit.
No, you don't have to decide yet. You can roll first and then decide again.
I roll first. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
One.
Oh,
it's a 1.
okay. So is
So,
Sir
okay, so we have a 4 and a 1 essentially, and we can choose which one becomes gambit dice and etc.
yeah,
etc.
which one is gambit dice and which is damage dice?
I think we can just keep yours, Isa.
Yeah. And one of you can also focus as a feat.
I'll focus, yeah.
Okay. So you focus, you can perform a gambit without using a die. That resolves. Now you have to make a clarity save or become fatigued.
Okay. Let's see.
So essentially you get a free gambit.
I
That's,
think.
You're still good.
9. Okay.
You're still good.
We're good.
So you get a free gambit and your roll is a 1 and a 4. What do you do?
Isa, that's a question to you. Your gambit.
Okay, so I would like to mount it, and by mount I mean I'll stop it from moving. That's
Okay. Are you directing the lobster towards your allies or are you just gonna stop it from moving?
I'll just completely stop it. Because
Okay.
I think things are moving too fast. I don't see them like actually try to where they're going. It's dark and everything. So I think I'll just stop the lobster from.
If you want, but I can allow that your knight is clever enough to direct the lobster to
Direct
where you
it
know
to
your
the-
Over
allies.
here.
Yeah.
Here. We're
So-
still
Okay,
shouting.
okay,
We're
yeah.
shouting.
If you want.
Okay. Then
Sure.
ayun, sige. I'll try to flip towards them.
Okay, you're spending your free gambit to direct the lobster. I'll
Yeah.
say it will. Or because I established this as a special action, I'd say it doesn't have to roll. Your allies join the attack, and Sir Pierre, you've climbed up a tree, and Sir Ellery, has readied your attack. So you can now roll your dice.
Okay.
Roll your weapon dice.
What? Okay.
What's my weapon dice? Is it like the D10?
Yes.
Or was that you trying to use smite?
You can't sige, I think I forgot to mention that you can only smite before rolling. Pero
Can I deny after rolling? Can I deny before? Use after an attack roll against you or an
Yeah.
ally within
Yeah,
arm's
yeah.
reach. Can I use this?
Sorry.
Yes.
No. I'll let Sir Ellery go ahead. I'm trying to figure out like, so you don't roll if you're gonna do like any like gambits or whatever, right?
No. You roll first and then you decide gambits.
Okay. So if I'm doing it, so you said that I climbed the tree. Would you say that I've climbed more than 12 feet?
I'd say yeah. I'd say I'll allow that because it's your first fight.
And yeah, and I want to use my meteor strike.
All right. Then you
Um,
can add that D8 and
So it's a D10 plus a D8.
yeah, and it's now a blast attack. If it had friends, they would have be targeted as well.
Okay. Got it.
So add a D10 and a D8. Have you rolled na, Adrian?
No, not yet. Still figuring. Is deny after the enemy's attack? Sorry.
Deny is
Not that.
yeah. You can't deny yet because
No.
enemies are attacking you.
Add a D8. So you okay? The dice before that, the one that you selected. Just click that.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just gonna
And roll
roll a
that.
regular. I'm just gonna roll a regular. I got a 4 and a 5.
Okay. Well, let's kind of pool our dice together. So we have a 1, a 4, a 9, a 5, and a 4 and a 5. Sorry. Oh wait, no.
Sorry, I re-rolled on accident.
It is much harder in online because you don't
Yeah,
see
my
the
bad,
actual
my bad.
dice. Okay.
I think my original dice were a 9 and a 5.
It's okay. Can we just write it down?
Oh yeah. So I'll. Do you want me to write down the new values that I re-rolled?
So yeah, write down your values that you rolled. That would be
Okay.
much easier.
Where do we write it though?
Anywhere. It's a collective pool.
Okay, so somewhere here, like, I'm just gonna rate Sir Ellery. Oh wait,
I got a
it's
4
good.
on mine.
Okay.
So 4 and 5. I got a 4 and 5. Gonna put it.
Okay. Now you decide what gambits you use.
Okay, Sir Ellery. Sorry.
You know what?
See, bolster the attack for a total 1 damage. Move after the attack. Repel a foot away from you.
Yeah.
I guess I was trying to like cut its claw, right? So I guess impair weapon on their next turn.
Okay. I will establish that the claw is a natural weapon and not applicable to
Impair.
impair weapon unless you give a good reason for it. You know, no. I'll say impair weapon is only for like forged weapons, arms, normal weapons.
Okay, I guess. How about stop a foe? Oh, stop a foe for moving next. turn.
That's
I'm
good.
trying to pin it.
Okay. All right, you're trying to pin it. Oh wait. Okay, I have something I forgot to mention as well. I can only do the gambit. You can do only one particular gambit at a time, so you can't, unless it's bolster. You can only do a particular gambit once per attack.
Once per attack.
Yeah. So once you use the gambit to stop it, you can't use it to stop it again.
Okay, so it has to be in a fight, like once in a fight, or
This attack lang. You can do it again in the next round.
okay. So I guess I stop it. Yeah.
Okay, what is everyone? is everyone else? What's everyone else doing? Sorry, I'm just kind of like organizing.
I mean, there's not much other gambits we can do, diba? Kasi it's a
Yeah.
shared dice lang naman.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's resolve. Let's resolve your gambit first, Adrian. I'm gonna roll for the creature, if I can. If it's not lagging, please. Don't lag on me now. Sorry, this is much harder to adjudicate in online when you can't see the dice. Oh no, did I hang?
No, you're fine.
No, I think my PC is not moving.
Ayun lang.
Yun lang. Ayun.
It's a 3.
It's a 3.
Is it good or bad?
It succeeds. It is not hindered by you. You try and stop it, but it can still move. Do you still have any gambits to roll? Anyone? So far, what's the
anyone?
highest roll that you rolled?
Me?
And everyone,
I think it's
everyone.
here at 9. Perpier had a 9 and a 5.
Okay,
I had
so,
9 to 5, yes.
so far 9 is the highest roll. So you still have that 5, Sir Pierre, and there's also
Isa has a 4.
Isa has a 4. Sir Ellery has a 4 and 5.
Yeah, except mine's the only useless one at a 1.
Okay, kind of impromptu. So what are you doing? What gambits are you doing? You can also do other, which is any creative action that you want to do.
Me?
Anyone,
Or,
anyone,
sorry.
anyone can go at any time.
Okay,
So we have
I'm
a budget of how many?
I
Sorry.
got it.
Sorry, Nicola. What?
Just clarifying, how many valid use gambits do we have without using the 9?
You can only use a particular gambit once per attack unless it's bolster.
But how many dice do we have that are
Oh, only one.
gambitable?
Only one.
Only one?
Yes.
So what happens to the other dice, if that's the case?
Wala lang. They'll be spent. Wasted.
Is it one per player? Is it one
And-
just overall?
No, I meant like if one player chooses the stop
Yeah, the move
Gambit.
like
chose the stop gambit, they can't use that. No one in that attack can use that again.
yeah, gets
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
Pero my question is more like, we have a few 4s, some 5s. So, do we have to apply all of those to gambits, or does that just linger in the pool and we can only use
You
them?
don't have to, pero if you dice that you don't use will be removed or disappear after the attack.
Okay. Sorry, you can go ahead, sir.
Okay,
Just
sorry.
need to clarify that.
I've made a way to visualize dice better. Just copy paste.
Yeah, all good. So I assume it's just like a dice pool that we all just kind of pull from, right? So
Yeah.
whatever dice that I wanted to use, can I just use it as an attack, as a smite? Para madali naman for everybody.
Yeah, at the end of this attack, after this attack resolves, the highest die will be used for damage.
Okay, so and then we have like extra with the other dice that we roll. Okay, so yes, yeah, got it. Yeah, my intention was to smite, so whatever that is at present.
I think that's just a bolster now.
Okay.
So we've stopped it.
So you're going to smite to add a d12 to your attack? Or just smite as in attack?
Smite as an attack. Sorry, what's the difference?
Sorry, there's a mechanic here that says it's a feat. Smite is also a feat.
Okay, yeah. I guess feat.
And
So do I reroll?
No, no,
So
no, no,
confused,
because
sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm explaining this really.
No, 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 dude. It's just like
Yeah.
my one brain cell is really struggling.
It's the first session naman.
Yeah, it's the
so.
first session.
Yeah. We're
So
trying to figure out combat.
you can only smite before you roll, but because you've already rolled,
You cannot smite.
you cannot smite.
Alright. I think we can just do it next round, right? Like, we're probably gonna be still alive.
Yeah.
next turn.
So do we just want to resolve this attack with a 9 damage and then move to the next round, or you want to do any more gambits?
Because I'm just wondering if there's a 4, a 5, and a 5. We've stopped the creature. That's correct, right?
Yes, the creature is stopped.
Can we just like pour the 4 and 2 5s into bolster?
You can.
Just like hit it with max damage. Because honestly, I don't see any other thing we can do.
Yeah, I second this.
Alright.
I think the 4 was already used for gambit. No, this is Isa's 4. Never mind.
No, I got the free gambit. Yeah.
Sige. So how many bolsters is that?
It's like I see 3 unless it's using its arm as a shield. I don't see any reason to trap it. So yeah,
Okay.
I think that's 3 bolsters
that's
and a
3.
9, so that's at 12 damage.
So that is 12 damage. You all attack it. One of you hooks your axe and rides it, leading it towards your allies. The meteor knight falls down, explodes on the ground, and Sir Ellery swings a blade and tries to stop it, but it's too strong. And Sir William swings your axe at it. All of you deal 12 damage. It has armor, so it only deals 10 damage. So that's 12.
Dang.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
10 damage.
It's not enough to mortally wound it.
Oh my god.
Damn.
it's alive.
Yeah. However, I'm gonna roll to see if it will run away.
Kala ko it's gonna flap back.
I'm still mounted,
Yeah, you are still mounted,
Yeah.
but now it can't move. Oh.
Yeah.
It wants to run away, and it wants to get rid of you, the one who's mounted, Sir Jorge. So it's going to try and grapple you with its scything pincers.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll.
That is the brain of the system. Oh my god.
Okay. It can gambit at you. It will try and dismount you. So can you roll a vigor?
Vigor. Okay. Wait, how do I roll this?
18.
Eight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I just dragged it. Oh. Okay.
yeah, you are
Okay, I
knocked
guess
out
that's the roll.
of the ground. And you are dealt 4 damage. Let me
4
see.
damage.
Let me see if I can.
Come on.
No, never mind. Fall damage
So
does not
that's to my
apply.
vigor, no?
Yeah, toward your guard. 4 damage towards your guard, and then
Shit. So Jorge takes 1 vigor damage.
yeah, 1 vigor
Okay.
damage. It's not enough to wound you.
Oof.
At least you're not scarred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's a new turn. It's your turn again. I'm going to erase.
Oh my god, is
Learn-
currently 0 na.
Yes.
Yeah, currently 0.
Okay.
So
How do we recover guard, by the way?
a moment's rest.
Resting.
A moment's calm and rest. Okay, let's make this simpler. I'm gonna prompt you. Does anyone want to smite?
Yung mga
My...
high vigor naman dyan.
Oo nga.
Can
Literally,
I?
sir.
Can I?
Okay, so Sir Pier is going to smite. You're going to add a D12 on your dice pool, but first roll a vigor for me.
Okay.
Given that you're attacking with a melee attack.
So that's a D20.
D20 first. A vigor roll.
Okay.
Okay, you succeed. You're not fatigued yet. So you're smiting. Another thing I forgot to mention, feats only 1 feat Oh no, sorry. You can use a particular feat once per attack by anyone.
Okay, and that's
in,
like the entire party. Okay.
yeah, the entire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, thanks.
Oh.
That's step 1. Step 2 is what's everyone's intentions.
We are here to hunt the claw. I will hunt the claw.
Just
So,
sorry.
do I roll? Do I roll already?
Not yet. We're gonna see
Okay.
how many are attacking.
I wish to skewer this beast like I do regular lobsters.
Okay,
Or not
attack.
skewer. Slash.
Ellery is attacking. Is Sir Jorge attacking?
Actually,
Okay,
You-
since I fell no.
Yeah, you fell down. You can stand up. You can stand back up. You're just not mounting it anymore.
Okay, I'm just gonna launch my axe to its side na lang.
Alright.
So it's kind of like, an attack.
actually, Judd.
Sige.
I want to change my action.
Yes, what's Sir William doing?
Can I throw thorns ahead of it?
Oh, yeah, you can.
Oh, right.
I'll
Yes.
say yeah, you can. And that get you can still attack. You can still attack after
Oh,
that. Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna give you an additional D8 to your attack.
Oh.
As you can clearly see, it's avoiding thorns, giving you an opportunity to find a clean stroke. So everyone attacking, roll your damage die and note it in this space. Sir Pier adds a D12. Yeah.
Oh my god, Sir Pierre got 12.
Sir Pierre's a beast.
Okay, it can't deny, so it won't deny.
Woo! 48, 48, 48, 48, 48, 48, 48, 48.
Okay, put it in the pool. Put it on the pool.
So 8 is a strong gambit, right?
Yeah, you can use an 8 for a strong gambit.
Yes!
Sorry,
Yes!
boys, I got a bad roll for my
How do you put it in the pool? I'm so confused.
Just put it here. Just put it here.
Drag it
Copy paste.
to
Yeah.
the one up top above the map.
Yeah, we're just adding.
Oh.
We're adding
okay,
numbers.
okay.
It makes it easier for us to track.
Gotcha.
The lack of
Please, I
physical dice is a hindrance.
That's 7 and 12.
How much does it did it take does it still have guard question?
No, it does not have guard because
Let's go!
the last attack wounded it.
Okay,
Got
okay.
12 though, god
Okay,
damn.
can I use the 8 for like strong gambit?
Ooh, what strong gambit are you using?
When you perform a strong gambit with a bladed weapon, you may choose one of the following as the effect. The target receiving a save as normal. Take a limb or take a head if their guard is 0. So I'm going to try to take these creatures' head off, you know?
Okay, let's. If you succeed this, the creature is automatically defeated.
Okay.
So I am going to make it roll. Gonna make it roll. Let's see if it succeeds. That is a. Okay. How do you describe the decapitation of this creature?
Nice.
Okay. So so after we stop the attack the creature once, it's wounded, right? And it tries to run away. But before it manages to turn and flee, in its moment of weakness, it got its guard down because of it's trying to flee. With a quick slash, a diagonal slash, I take off its head and end the battle with after which spurts of blood gush out from the creature and it drops down. It drops dead on the
God.
ground.
I get hit by the blood because I'm literally like
On the ground.
latched onto it. Yeah.
All right, and that's also. So what happens was, the claw comes in and smashes Sir Jorge to the ground. At this moment, Sir Pier comes in with your knightly smite, using your trident to pierce at the creature. You struggle at first, trying to get it through its carapace, as Sir William, uh, with your axe, you cut one of its limbs, bringing it uh, closer to your allies. Sir Jorge stands up, using your hand axe, cutting another limb. It is now prone, giving an opportunity for Sir Ellery to give a clean cut on its head. And uh, also, I forgot to mention that Sir William is helped by the thorns that are thrown, giving an opportunity for you to find its weak spot. Yeah, that's the claw is defeated. The
We
seer
have slain the claw.
the seer claps. Oh, what joy! What good hunt! A large,
Also has blood on
dangerous
his
creature.
face, but like no.
Yeah, the seer is like away. It's giving a
Uh,
large
Gonna get
smile.
splattered.
Yeah. Oh, again. And
Again?
at this point, the seer stops and pauses. Oh, wait, quiet, silence. Oh, a vision of joy. What's positive emotion?
Okay, so we just need to kill more things to get more visions.
Clear
Okay.
visions and pleasure. You see it. The seer is describing a scene. Unsure if it's past, present, or future, but a scene of celebration. People are in the streets celebrating. They're wearing strange clothes. You don't see anyone wearing armor. The soldiers are not wearing armor. They're holding instruments that are not familiar to the seer. And it seems that there's joy as embers are flying in the air. It seems like this event is of victory. And the realm is safe once again. And then it seer gives you a few more scenes of a child. Two scenes actually, shifting one from the other. One scene is the child growing up. The details are murky, but the child is growing up, and then after it's reached adulthood, fire is on the back of the child. Another scene is the child is being offered to one of the knights, one of a knight of a different armor that you recognize, offered to a large creature. And that is the vision that the seer sees and relays to you.
Okay, so what happened is unknown time, whether it's in the past or the future. There's basically fire and like what victory? What
Yeah,
victory?
kinda.
And then like the child either grows up and like there's fire on his back or given to a large creature. That's it, right?
Yeah.
It's fire, victory, and then okay, interesting.
And
Child,
it seems that the seer is tired from all of this traveling and wishes to return
Alright.
home.
glad you enjoyed the show.
The creature. Can we like harvest the meat or?
Yeah, you can. You can
Yeah,
harvest the meat.
let's eat it. Let's eat.
It's a lobster.
Why are you eating a sea roach?
A
Yeah.
large.
As I am a peasant. Oh, we
I am
had
also
to get
a low
we had to get all the calories we could get. So whether it's a lobster or an oyster or a bat, we're gonna eat it, friend.
I look at them in disdain.
Oh, you're
Uh,
being picky, Sir William.
No, but I would rather not eat a sea roach.
Yeah, it's in the forest. It's not from
More
the
for
city.
us.
Yeah, more for us, I suppose.
Yes, yes, you can go all enjoy. I'm gonna go find meat.
You all kind of butcher the claw as Sir William finds a quarry to hunt for their meal. I'm assuming you're gonna rest for the night. The seer is also going to rest. They seem
Yeah.
tired.
I guess rest and can we take like a trophy of it?
Yeah,
Something
you
to
can.
prove
You
that we beat
can.
the claw.
What trophy are you taking?
What's something that is distinctly the claws?
A
Is there
claw?
like I mean, it's how big is the claw? Something that can fit a pouch or something.
Uh, Up to you. You want to take the eye? You want to take a leg? You want to take the actual claw? The claw is quite large, like uh, from your head toward your belly, large.
Mm.
It's actually, now that you see its length, its length is quite long. So its height is as high as a person. Its length is for almost 3.5 people in length.
I guess considering I cut off its head, maybe I could
Yeah, you can.
take one of its
Yeah,
some apart there.
the squire can hold it for you.
Uh, Here, take this for me. I'm gonna
Yeah, the squire wraps it up.
return.
I would like
Yeah,
to
well-
take apart the carapace then, like a shell.
Okay. Take the
So
shell.
we could like go back to I don't know to Queen Quinn, right, and like say, hey, we killed this beast. You know, we're gonna have more glory, right?
Up to you. If you want to go back to
Some
Talgard.
brownie points. No, not yet, not yet.
Okay, okay,
Our
not yet,
focus
not yet.
is
Just note it down in your property that you have those.
so we have the claw's head.
Yeah. What else do you do? If there's nothing else, you're gonna rest. Then a phase passes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move the phase. So it's now Sky Day. I did it, Sky.
Okay. Weather changes. It's now there's a drizzle of rain appears, making your face wet as you wake up. This new day, the seer is impatient to go home. It's turned quite boring. I wish to return to my sanctuary.
All right.
Let
Sure.
us be off then.
Will you be safe from here, sir, Mr. Seer?
Ethior tells you that yeah, he would be safe. He knows the area,
Okay.
and he'll take his steed as well. And is it? He also bids you good luck on your travels. And if there's anything that you may need, seek my sanctuary once more.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
You make your goodbyes. Now, what do you do?
whew. I guess we go back to our original mission to try to find. Oh wait, it's morning, right? I
Yeah,
look
it's
at my
morning.
scabbard.
Oh, scabbard. The scene shows three shadows. It's
Tree.
unclear what the shape of the shadows is, but they're clearly creatures. One shadow lies on the ground, and the ground is covered in like shadowy mists.
Okay, so 3 creatures.
Yeah.
So first day was like the knights. Maybe they got farther away.
Okay.
Okay. Where do you wanna go now? After that excitement.
Maybe
Well,
the-
we still don't have any idea where the child is, correct?
Yeah. But somewhere like in the path between Talgarth and Grafton Marsh, right? Like
Yes, but that is from within the entire mountain range to the lake.
Could be.
So
I have a suggestion then. Let us head to. Let me double check. Let us head grit from Talgarth.
The welcome's here, no?
Yes, the welcome's here.
okay. So I guess same direction.
The one who
Go.
knighted me. She can provide useful information, but she's a bit temperamental.
Yeah. All right. Grit then.
Okay.
Is it like directly grit ward of Talgarth, or is it
Maybe.
like
We were just told grit word, so it could be anywhere from 607 to like 506, 406, 305, 205, 104.
all right? So I guess we could like 507, 607, 606, 506 or something. I guess we can just explore the general area, right? Okay,
Okay.
let's go.
Grit ward.
No. Scold.
Scald, yeah.
Okay.
We move Scald ward.
Someone
Scald ward,
move.
and then
Someone move the knight token, and a phase passes. If you're moving Skuldward. And roll. I'm gonna roll. Sorry. Okay. You see, as you're passing through, the weather continues to drizzle, rain continues. You encounter loud bears in a nook of the forest. They seem to be fighting over a prey. They fight over that. You arrive in an area filled with stinging leaves. See trees that are pointed, thorns, bushes of thorns all around. It seems difficult to traverse this area. You have arrived at what's called a hazard. So you can move anywhere.
Does
Pero-
not sound good.
Yeah, you can move anywhere from there, but any direction that you go that's not the direction that you came will reduce your vigor by d6.
by what?
By D6, damn.
Yeah.
Hot dang.
So unless
You
you're
guys wanna
going
try-
back to where you came, you'll lose a d6 if you move through. Or you can find a way to move without a clever way to find to move without taking that d6.
Right. Does anyone have a can I just cut through it? I have heightened sharpness.
I'd say if you spend a phase making a way,
Making a way downtown.
yeah,
Sorry.
you can safely move to a single to another hex, but you'll have to spend a phase first, and then the next phase you'll be moving.
All right. So, there's a rat! Holy sh!
What was that?
There's a hazard in his house.
There was a literal rat about this long. It's very thin, and it just came here.
Oh, actual hazard.
And I almost killed it with the sword.
Oh.
Okay. I got jumped by a rat. Sorry.
So is that what you're doing? You're going to spend a phase cutting away, or are you gonna do another thing?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get to work and use my height and sharpness.
What does the company think of that?
Well, looking at it mathematically, that's the best call.
Yeah, because if we go back, we're gonna have to spend. Go back. That's one phase. That's then northwest two phases, and then 607 3 phases. So if I use this, it's gonna be 2 phases, one for cutting and then another for 607. So I think it's faster if I just use my skill and cut through the forest or the hazard.
Okay.
What do you think? You
Anyone?
can always take the long way. That will restore my spirit.
If everyone's
Well, I
good,
provide
everyone
insight.
good with this idea? Is Devin Isa here, or are they FK?
Ease
Sorry.
of fear.
Yes, I'm good with it. Let's go.
Okay,
All
just
right.
checking. All right, you're cutting away through this hazardous leaves. Spend a phase passes. So you're cutting,
Mhm.
and you needed to use
Okay.
another phase to venture. Uh,
Do we do it? Because it's already night.
yeah,
Or did I forget?
yeah, it's already night at this point. But you can rest now and then move the next phase, or you can just
Okay.
do whatever. All right.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
weather
let's rest.
passes. The bears return. It seems like they've made amends, and they've shared a meal. And you've made a way. It is now nighttime. You can rest or you can push through. What do you do?
Okay. We rest. I guess we can rest, right? And then like um, head loftwards. Yeah, head loftwards in the morning. Sounds good.
Okay. Everyone's resting, and if everyone's resting, then the phase passes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm assuming if there's no opposition, then we go. Okay, let me roll.
Okay.
Okay, good. All is good.
Nothing
The rain still continues. It's getting colder.
Ah.
Yeah, you encounter some songbirds that sing at you as you get ready for a new day.
Okay.
Which direction do you go now?
Does anyone wanna go
If,
loftward?
if you've got Scold, is that not the direction we should be going?
Scold or loft?
Which is the
No,
direction you cut through?
no, just loftwards. To the. I cut to the northeast. Sorry, John. Northeast,
Yeah.
so that we can head north. So we can head to the tile northwest of Talcarth. Okay.
Oh, so you're kind of following that area, like there and there, or do you just want to go Scold?
Well, if
So
you
we're
cut the
like,
path towards 607, then that's the safest place to go.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say I don't want to go deeper into the forest, Muna. We can just
Yeah.
pass by 607, like walk towards the edge.
Okay, so loft then.
And the Sears there, though. But that's a safe path, eh? I don't want to use the 1d6.
All right, if everyone's good for
Oh
loft,
wait, do I get my guard back since
yes,
we
you get your guard
rested?
back,
Okay.
but not your vigor.
Yeah. Okay.
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 Move the token loft and a phase passes once more.
What? H. Ah.
Wow.
Okay.
It's been a
Dumb
ton of,
question, sorry, just before we continue.
yes.
Are hazardous zones, like barriers, like everlasting effects on a tile?
They stay there.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure for purposes of marking.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
wanna go back.
You pass through some graceful wildcats as you're passing by. And it's been an uneventful couple of days after that fight with the claw.
Which is good, I guess.
It's good. No news is
Rest.
good news.
I will like roast some lobster meat.
So you
What
still
else
have
for
some.
my rations?
You still have
Yeah.
some lobster meat in your provisions. Where do you go now? What day is? What time is it? It's afternoon.
Well, we can head to
Um,
506.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Heading grit.
Yeah.
We're heading Gritward. Yeah.
You're heading gritward, and let's see what happens. Okay, something happens. The weather changes. Harsh warmth.
Yay!
No longer raining. Other than that,
Hooray.
you encounter 4, 5. You encounter twisted canopies as you enter the forest once again. However, it's not hazardous like before. Move the token, please. Move the token.
Yeah, and then
Did the phase
You-
pass?
you-
Did you move the token for phase pass? Okay.
yeah.
It is now night once more, rains day. And you're
At night.
I'm assuming you're resting unless
It's
you're
kind of
doing-
ironic how on the day named after Rain's Day, it's Dove Rain.
Oh, what happened to Dev, by the way? I'll let...
He
He
said
said he needed to BRB.
Okay, sige.
Uh,
How about, I also need to BRB in a minute. So let's have a bio
really?
break. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have a break.
okay.
Also, I might have to leave at 10:30.
Sige, no problem.
I mean,
we can end at 10:30.
you guys wanna end, or rather like, do you guys wanna end it at that? Parang, oh, we just the claw.
We can end it here, so we don't have to time
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah.
Ano naman yan?
Yeah, we can end it now, and let Dev know that an uneventful couple of phases.
You're very careful.
Yeah. So
Just
Yeah,
eat some lobster meat.
alright. So we are going to. Are we ending now, or 10:30 na lang? Continue the
We can
journey.
Now, kasi he's just gone at 10:30.
Sige.
You're gonna bio na rin, so
Sige.
we don't.
And Dub's not here now. So.
Sige,
Yeah.
good point. I think we can end
And we-
the session of Reign of the Fox Queen now. And I'm gonna go through something before we end.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is ending a session. Now that we've ended the session, discuss if it would feel right for a season or age to pass between now and the next session.
No,
No.
it would
No,
not.
it would not.
No.
It's like we're in the middle of the adventure.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want it to be the tournament and we're still here
Yeah.
looking for the.
Sige.
What the heck's the big?
Sige. And then I'll ask the players if you have any plans or ambitions for the next session, so that I have a direction on what to prepare. If you
Find the baby.
is that all? Anything extra?
May PM ako sa'yo.
Sige, PM me
I
some-
will DM it to you then.
Sige, no problem. DM na lang. And that's the end of our session. Thanks for playing our first
I just
session
wanna
of our
say though,
campaign.
I really like. Naguluhan ako sa combat at first, but I really like how, the options you have during combat. That's something new.
Yeah, it's
I
it's
just
it's
wanna
weird
say-
first, pero it
Mhm.
gives you a lot of freedom narratively.
I just want to say, I can see how much easier this would be IRL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with the pooling of dice.
Yeah. It was so easy to run in Habi Kaikan kasi we can see the dice. So easy to explain. That
Mhm.
dice, you do that.
You ran
Now,
kala Toby. You ran first.
yeah, I ran for
kayo.
Toby.
Yeah.
That event for Toby is the same adventure that I ran for Nicolo and Adrian. Both of
Mm.
them are canon. But there's also
Okay.
yeah. I'll say that
Oh.
I see sessions as like parts of history. One side can say one thing, the other side can say one thing. They could
Yeah, I just heard about
Yeah.
how Nicholas Knight is basically Aquaman. So.
Yes, I could stop. I had for some reason a fishing rod. that
yeah,
attracted
right,
fish.
yeah. Attracted fish
And
and
also the
can-
dust knight.
you can
Stupid.
part the
And-
sea.
and the funny thing is, like, his name is Dust Knight. Like, why?
I
Why
still
would
don't know.
you name a character?
Buti pa yung trail knight ngayon. It makes sense.
Yeah,
Mm.
looking for a trail. So yeah, thanks for playing. You can mention your stars and wishes sa GC na lang. Let me
you.
know how what stuff you liked, what stuff can be improved, and thanks for playing. Bye bye.
I think,
Thank you.
I guess, sige.
Hmm?
If siguro in the future, parang if we want to introduce combat, maybe like you can make a legit tutorial or something.
Yeah,
Like,
I was
let's
kinda
start.
improving it.
This is the tutorial.
This is the tutorial, I guess.
Yeah.
Now,
Now
we're
the
gonna keep
lobster's
this.
son will have revenge.
Yeah. Oh, and you gain
The
0
actual-
glory for this session.
Okay.
What? Why do we have
0 glory. You
Zero
get a glory for
Yeah,
resolving a
yeah.
myth. Myth hasn't resolved yet, I guess.
Damn, that means the claw's still alive somewhere.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
That was his son. It's the claw's son.
What if
The
what
claw's
if
like
it's
the
just
size
the
of a
sun?
fucking
Oh my
elephant.
gosh.
Sige, take care. Good night.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Thank you, good night, good night.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
We're done. We're done. Us.